Marco.
Thumbs up the team.
Fuck yeah, you stupid fucking asshole. Come on, Marco. Fuck them.
Let's go.
Do you like me?
Yeehaw. It's bull wrangling time.
Thanks, Marco.
Test. Yes. Yes, everyone. We are back. It's me, Marco, a.k.a.
Marco.
I love when you guys DM me and you'll say like, hey, Marco, and then in parentheses, Marco. That happens pretty often, actually. Hope you guys are doing good. Make sure you thumbs up the ting.
Thumbs up the ting.
Click like on the stream. And I don't know what to make the dono goal. I don't really have a dono goal today. How we sounding? How we looking? Good? Time to get settled in. What's up to all the members in the chat? It's amazing. Look at all that green in the chat. I love it. I'm so grateful. Marco finally addressing the tool scam. Yeah. Thumbs up the ting. New skin Timmy got rich from his ex-wife's downline. Yay, love to see it. So that's Dave Vaughn referring to Tim Sales, who we're going to talk about in this video. Yes, Kilakina, I got a haircut. He got a haircut. Oh, my God. Appreciate it. See, honestly, I'm going to just tell you guys straight off the bat. Today was not a good day. I know you guys think I'm just this big famous celebrity sitting in his mansion above the clouds, looking down on all the peasants and just raking in that bag, fingers getting sore from counting money all day. But underneath all that, I'm a real human just like you. Wink. This is sarcasm, by the way. But today was not a good day. Honestly, today was probably the worst day that I've had in 2023 so far. And I really didn't want to stream today. I just wanted to I just didn't want to do it today. Thanks for being here, Blake. Blake Cavaney, been in the cult for 2 months. I just didn't want to stream today. So, but you know what? I knew that if I pushed through and I streamed, you guys would... Too much ice at Starbucks again? Yeah. I knew that me streaming today would cheer me up. You guys already coming through with the jokes and the compliments, and yeah, I knew that this would be helpful for me. But man, normally I really am on my James Bond shit, and just and I still will. I will still continue to just grind through it no matter what. But man, it's tough. It's tough. Today was a tough one. So, but I appreciate y'all being here. I'm looking at something right now that's actually interesting. Sabrina Rivera in the chat, who is a member. Are you in World Financial Group? If I click on Sabrina Rivera's YouTube channel and I go to the About section, it has a link for a WFG. It's advertising the WFG and her WFG agent link. But then when I click the link, it says can't find the page you were looking for. So maybe she's used to be in it, but no longer is in it. But I just wonder, are some of my own members spies? That's what I wonder. Oh, LOL. That's what Beyond was saying when he said, I love ampersand LT semicolon 3. I put the emoticon for a heart for love in the dono goal, but it didn't, for some reason, work. So stupid. Beyond also says, nobody thinks that, saying regarding my hypothetical of how I'm just counting money all day. Thanks, Beyond. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. What up, Panda? What up, Mars? Who do we have to clown on for you? We have Tim Sales today. Yeah. Yep. Panda, appreciate you. Sabrina says, thank God I'm out. Oh, no, I need to take that out immediately. Update your page, Sabrina. Update it. I didn't mean to call you out. I just wanted to make sure there was no spies. Japraj Gill says, I'm in WFG. Well, I hope you get out. Mars says, I was in Caribou this morning. I'm guessing that's a place. And 2 dudes were sitting at a table drinking waters, and I was paranoid they were going to start talking to me about a business op. I'm scarred by anti-MLM. Insane. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Tim Scam is a character from Totally Spies. Hilarious. Okay. Wow, 108 people watching. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream. Let's just get right into it. I don't really have much to say. Today has not been a good day. I appreciate you guys being here. Your support always means the most. And I knew that this would help to cheer me up is talking to y'all. So, let's have some fun with it. Maybe pay some bills. You never know. And, yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so we are going to I honestly, the reason why I had a bad day is because the fake joke reason is because there are paid assassins trying to kill me. The real reason is because there are paid assassins trying to kill me. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. Caribou is a coffee shop in Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. You know that little Yachty song? Okay. How do you join the cult? Just be here. Just be in it. Also, Mars Meek has been a mod. Okay. Here we go. This video is from 4 years ago. This guy, Tim Sales, is a pro MLM network marketing, as they call it, which is a made-up term that means nothing, just like multi-level marketing is a made-up term that means nothing. But Tim posted a challenge asking for MLM folks to debate him because he said nobody wants to debate him. And he had this sort of pretty, brazen invite saying nobody will debate me. So I left a comment on one of his videos, and I'll see if I can pull this up here, actually. Jamie, pull that up. Yeah, here it is. Okay, 1 second. Pictures, screenshots, Tim Sales. There it is, and bring it up here. Nice. Okay, so look. So I commented on Tim's video, and I said, Tim, I'm an anti-MLM creator with over 60K subscribers, and I will happily debate you. And the first reply from Corey Simmons, don't know who that is, says, you will get destroyed. And Tim Love reacts to that. Then Tim says, this is great. Hi, Marco. I appreciate the introduction. I tend to move through categories or themes of content on my channel. Already bullshit that I'm listening to. And right now I'm working on themes related to marketing, and lead generation, which every business must do to generate income. Wow. Including network marketers. I'll hang on to your invitation, perhaps when I'm focused on industry again, or there's a topic that arises in the news or industry that's relevant to discuss. We can circle back around to your invitation. Now, this is pussy or bumbleclad excuses. Nonsense. What every single video Tim Sales made, by the way, this would be a big look for Tim Sales because he has 17.4K subs, and I have 61,000 almost. Beyond, thank you, Beyond.
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
For the donation. Counter Assassin Fund. Still working on graphics. Been busy. No worries. Hey, thumbs up the stream. What the fuck?
Thumbs up the team.
What's going on? Is this true? Only 60 likes and 120 watching? That's half. That's half. All right. Okay. No worries, Sabrina. Glad you updated it. Scott Tex Johnson over here giggling like Peter. Who's that? Like Peter Chaos. Who is Peter Chaos? Professor Chaos. LOL, Peter. Thank you, Beyond.
Counter Assassin Fund. Still working on graphics. Just been busy.
Nice. Okay. Gotta run, get my own. Okay. Tim Sales is Scott Johnson's Lex Luthor. Wow. Does Scott Johnson not like Tim Sales? Tim Sales is a Scientologist. Woo! We love it. We love it. Won't debate Scott Johnson though. Yeah. What up, bad dog? Okay, so let's see. So, oh, I gotta add a Scott Johnson emoji in the chat because you guys already have the Peter Mingles emoji. Oh, and I have new Peter Mingles emojis. Somebody sent me these pictures of Peter Mingles that they found from his YouTube channel. Yes, you heard that correct. Peter Mingles YouTube channel. Let me pull up this one image for you guys to see. This was absolutely amazing. Hold on. Hold on. I think it was on Instagram. I'm opening it up. Instagram on desktop is underrated, by the way. If you're trying to like watch someone's IG live, but you don't want to like not be able to use your phone, just open it up on your browser and do it that way. But then again, who's gonna do it? Where's the picture of Peter that was sent to me where he's like in his wife beater tank top? Nah, I can't find it. Yay, I can't find it. Yay. Oh, no, hold on. Okay, it's because I don't have the latest version on the phone. Dylan, thank you for joining the Patreon. Dylan joined the Patreon. Okay. Anyways, I'll post them in the Discord, these pictures that I have of Peter Mingles. They're so good. But, yeah, I don't have them at this very moment. So, okay. Anywho. Back to this. Tim Sales channel, 16K subs, 17K subs, 17.4K. Dude, every video is about MLM. 3 reasons you're not generating leads. Should the FTC be able to destroy a company without a trial? How to close more sales. I mean, blah, blah, blah. You get me. So, you know, cults within cults. What up, Silica? Are we starting early today? Normally you start at 12:30. I try to actually aim for this time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but sometimes I'm late, sometimes a little early. So. If Tim Sales is in Scientology, he's kind of into pyramid scheme cults. No? True. As a matter of fact, Scientology, isn't one of their logos the pyramid? Yeah, they have the pyramid with the levels, which looks actually quite similar to this. Yeah, this Dianetics, the Dianetic symbol. Dianetics. Made it up. Okay, let's watch network marketing success. Who earns millions? Who earns zero? And why?
Billions and billions.
Obama.
Let's listen.
Hi, I'm Tim Sales. Today we're going to be talking about network marketing success. Who earns millions? Who earns zero? But more important, why?
No, skip this. Larry King again?
This particular video was inspired by an interview that I watched concerning investments, stock investments. And this gentleman is Ray Dalio, and what he said was phenomenal. He goes, the top 0.1% of the population's net worth is equal to about the bottom 90% combined. I'm going to illustrate this. Okay, so here is the bottom 90% of the U.S. population, and then this is about 9.9%, and then that little tiny thread right there would be the top 0.1%, okay? And their wealth is equal to the bottom 90%, and he calls this the wealth gap, all right? What I really loved is what he said about it. In other words, he was describing what he felt as though was the problem. And he said 22% of the high school population is either disconnected or disengaged. And the reason that spoke to me is because I've been in the industry of network marketing for 30 years. I've taught a network marketing certificate course at the University of Illinois at Chicago, was interviewed by Larry King.
No way you taught? What university allowed this inside their walls? What on earth, bro?
Consulted a couple of hundred network marketing companies and have built huge organizations. And so for me, I've been involved and very deep in it, and this nailed it because it's the same thing that I've seen in the network marketing industry. So what I want to do, if you really, really do want success in network marketing, I didn't glaze over the top of this topic, all right?
So already we're starting out with two things are bad. Number one, there's 130 people watching and only 79 likes, which is unacceptable, right? The second thing is Tim is making a false equivocation between the wealth gap and the success in multi-level marketing. I would say, you know, it's crazy. So I like to consider myself conservative sometimes, but actually, when I actually look at my values and what I really unironically, like when I'm not playing a character, believe, I probably am more traditionally liberal on more things than not. Like, you know, but everything's become so sensationalized and radicalized now that you can't say you're either one without seeming like a crazy person. But I would argue that the wealth gap, the 99 and the 1% owning more wealth than the bottom 90 or 99 or whatever, I think that's probably not a good thing. So for Tim, I mean, Tim's already trying to like normalize the loss rates in MLM by being like, well, you're already used to this system, you know? So I can't wait to see where he's going to go with this.
I really drilled down into it so that you can really get a conceptual understanding of what it takes. Okay, so let's dive in. So this right here is a grid that I created, and let me walk you through the levels here. Okay, so these are the columns I'm going to be talking about. This is
Chris Hansen meets Weatherman meets Manhunt. Wow. Rick Astley if he was left in tumble dry too long. Wow, you guys got some good ones.
the ability, right? Everybody knows that there are some people who are bad at network marketing and some people who are elite, and there's levels in between. And if we were in school, the grade would be an F student would be bad, a mediocre student would be D, good student C, excellent would be B, and an elite would be A.
Why can't you just talk? Why can't you just get straight answers from these people? Why do they always have to go off on some anecdotal story, some tangent? Well, I was interviewed by Larry King and I taught this. So edifying himself and then rolling straight from edifying himself into a false equivalence about the wealth gap compared to success and loss rates in MLM, and now on to comparing it to school grades.
Okay? And so then over here is this column that I created called relationships, which is basically what does this person do to their relationships? And this is their activity level, this is their knowledge level, and this is the generalized income in that particular category. So let's run through these real quick. So your bad student is unprofessional with relationships. They damage the relationships. They state falsehoods. In other words, they lie, or they make income claims, or they make product claims.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Tim is against deceptive earnings claims. That's good.
They're likely to spam people either by email or by phone.
Panda says he talks like he's in his 70s.
Phone or on social media, things like that. That's where you typically see that behavior. The activity level is very low, sometimes sporadic. Their knowledge level is low, and they don't make any money. They lose money, in fact. And they are the ones that typically end up on like 60 Minutes crying and playing victim because they bought inventory and couldn't sell it, and they were stuck with it.
Crazy. He brings up 60 Minutes after y'all were saying he looks like Chris Hansen.
And poor, pitiful me kind of a thing. Those are the people who are typically in that scenario. Let's go to the second one. Your mediocre, your D student, is mostly unprofessional. They harm relationships. This is damage. This harms them. They cause an awkward strain. That's the person who sits at the Thanksgiving dinner and won't shut up about their program, right? And that conversation that just continues and continues, it creates a strain and an awkwardness, and then the other person doesn't want to be around them anymore. All right, so that's typically what happens in that scenario. The activity level is low, they complain a lot, and they provoke trouble. Okay, so it's this particular group that I've noticed. These people are not connected enough to cause problems. These people are connected enough, and so they're the ones that are always going to be pointing to problems, right? So the elite people saw problems, and the D student is the person who's always pointing out.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard about that Spencer Cornelia, Tim Sales debate. I heard that to call it a debate was a stretch, to say the least.
Out problems. They're the ones that are going to point out a typo, right, on a website or something like that. Knowledge level is low. They lack certainty. Okay, this one is a big one for me because they don't know the difference between a pyramid scheme and network marketing, and so they themselves are not even certain about it. Sure. They're not certain about their company. They're not certain about the products. They're not certain about a comp plan.
They're not certain about thumbs upping the stream, even though it's free to do.
And so that's what they, in essence, emanate to other people. They can make, and I was generous, they can make up to about $10,000. The next level here, your C student, is going to be frequently professional, good activity level, good knowledge, and they'll make up to about $75,000 a year. Your excellents are mostly professional, high level of activity, high level of knowledge, and make up to about $250,000. And then the difference here of the elite is they're always professional, very high activity level, very high knowledge level, and they make millions. I'd love to know what your experience is. If you can just drop a comment down below and tell me what you think about this. Have you seen the same thing that I've seen? Or maybe if you've seen something different, please put it in the comments down below. All right, so this is great and everything, just to kind of look at it and say, huh, that's interesting. But what I did is that just like what Ray Dalio did, what he did is that he was trying to come up with why. And I have a correlation that I'm going to drop on this side of the screen here, that over the 30 years, I've been able to accumulate this interesting correlation. Let me show this to you. I named it training interest, and it's because I'm typically the trainer in the scenario, right? But you can view it from that you're the trainee as well. So what I'm always looking for is how interested is the person in training, right? So if they reject training, then they can't get better.
I've learned nothing so far, you guys.
But if they...
How about y'all? Millions. Bro, I've been working on my Trump impression. I haven't really worked on my Trump impression. I've been throwing the same bars out as my Trump impression for a couple of years now. Excuse me. A lot of great people, frankly. We're going to do it bigger. We're going to do it better. But I realized there was a few different, that beautiful southern border on the southern border. There was a few things, tremendous. There's a few little Trump-isms that I haven't utilized that I am remiss, because there are some absolutely you can't leave them out. Some certain Trump-isms, for example, one is unbelievable. He says unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I never really use unbelievable. I use frankly, but, and also one of the things that I never do, and I need to start incorporating this when I do my Trump, is he'll say the words, if you look at, and then blank. So he'll say, you look at what's going on with China, and it's unbelievable. So one of Trump's most funny things that he does is he'll say, if you look at what's going on with blank. So he'll say, for example, he'll be like, the fake news media, frankly, they're not talking about what's going on the southern border, and I gave a speech on it, and it was a great speech, frankly. And you look at what's going on, and it's unbelievable. With Obama, it was terrible. Under Trump, the border was secure, the border was safe. With Biden, there's no more border. So that's one of the things that I never was doing before, was saying, when you look at da-da-da-da, thank you, DG. Welcome to the cult. Welcome to Executive Team Leader. I haven't been incorporating his, if you look at what's going on with blank. You could use it for anything. Throw out a topic, grilled cheese. You look at what's going on with Biden, Sleepy Joe, and nobody has grilled cheese anymore, frankly. When I was in office, when Trump was there, I made grilled cheese, and they were great. They were tremendous grilled cheese, frankly, some of the best. And I know nobody knows grilled cheese like me, but believe me, it's unbelievable, So, and if you pick up on these different isms, you will realize that he is a master of sort of what we're witnessing here. And it's no coincidence Trump was also a big promoter of ACN, another MLM, for a decade. These people refine the skill of speaking without saying anything. Alphabet soup, flim-flam, hogwash, gobbledygook, babble, you name it. So Trump is really good at that. And these people are really good at that. Tim Sales is really good at that. These people call it providing value. Get up there and provide value. Connect. Create some momentum. What does it mean? What's any of it mean? Will I react? Will I respond to Scott Johnson's response to me revealing his face? Sure. I did see it, but I could do that. Yeah. Blake says, I'm lactose intolerant. Mars says, put on your big boy pants and take a Lactaid. Come on now. Let's see. Write this down. Peter Mingles is a fan of Tim Sales. Well, I can't wait to see what Scott and Peter say on what Tex and Ming say on the next episode. My Trumpisms kill you. Thank you. Peter had some issues with Tim, but they had the same mentor, Charles King, who they both adored. Nice. My Trump impression. I honestly think I do have one of the best Trump impressions. I saw a guy. What really made me step up my Trump was I saw a guy on TikTok the other day doing Trump impressions, but he was doing them out in the world, like out in the street. His voice wasn't the best Trump voice I've heard, but his mannerisms were the best. Like he was doing it out on the street. I couldn't show you based on how the camera is, but his like stance, the way he's like standing like this, and like, you know how Trump sort of like, you know, I don't want to be looking too thick for y'all, but you know how Trump sort of stands like that, and he's like, you know, he's doing all this shit. So, but I realized that guy, that guy's videos, I realized he was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Crooked Hillary, frankly, look at what's going on with the southern border. And it's tremendous, frankly. When I was in office, we didn't have these problems. So true. You know, it's actually very fun to do a Trump impression because you're just saying nothing, but sort of big upping yourself along the way in every way. It's amazing. I watched that Trump town hall that he did with CNN or whoever, and it was like that the whole time. He's like, you look at what's going on with inflation, and it's...
Frankly, Trump promoted ACN law.
Yes. Go watch, thank you, Digital Acetone. Go watch my ACN video if you haven't seen it. But yeah, he was doing that. He was like, you look at what's going on with... Hold on. Well, you look at what's going on with inflation, and it's unbelievable. When I was in office, there was no inflation, frankly. So true. And we made cuts. We made cuts to inflation. Great cuts. Nobody knows inflation like me. And you could just keep going on and on like this, you know? Yeah. But yeah, you have to say, and I'm amazed I even got away with doing my Trump impression as long as I did without saying, if you look at what's going on with. Sorry. Random aside. Strawberries, what up? Thank you. Appreciate. Whoop, wrong button. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Strawberries. Hope you're doing well too. Crony Johnny says, first stream. Welcome to the cult, and thumbs up the stream. Make sure. All right, let's get back to Tim Sales.
They absorb training, if they take it and they really study it, then the outcome is quite different. And so on your bad student here, they have no interest. They don't train. Okay, you send them training, they don't do it. You ask them to come to an event, they don't come. The mediocre, they have a low training interest, and they complain about training. Remember, these are the ones that provoke trouble. Well, they complain about training. Oh, well, that speaker wasn't any good, or that, it was too long, or it was too hot in the room, or whatever it is. They're constantly distracted. They're the people who are on their phone during the training, or they're not even in the room. They're in the, like outside at the tables out there, and they're just hobnobbing with everybody and, shooting selfies and things like that. So if you send a contact something, they'll say, well, I watched some of it. Okay, they won't watch all of it. They don't have the time to do training. And then in that case, the upline must bypass that person if they want to try to salvage the team underneath the person if they do bring someone in. Okay, so the good person, they have good interest, but it's one-way training. And in
the Trump, I'm going to come, that clip is great. We do a little trolling, it's called We Do a Little Trolling. That's a great clip, too.
What I mean by that, they don't...
Because you'd be in jail. That's another... Sorry.
Relay the information to their team. They just receive it. And they won't rehearse. Okay, so that's a fundamental thing that I've seen that keeps a person under that 100K is because they don't rehearse, they don't refine, they don't take that content and then say, okay, so I heard it, but now let me see if I can write down this and then get on the whiteboard and sketch it, right? So that's what a person does when they rehearse. And then the excellent people who make $250,000, they're going to rehearse it until they get it right, okay? And which is very good, and it's the reason they make great income. The people who make millions, they're extremely highly interested in training, right? They're obsessed with
these kids in their hobnobbing, these kids in their bebopping and their hip hop. These kids in their hip hop music. I saw one, fuck, you know what? I'm so sorry. I might have to play you one of the Trump TikToks that I saw the other day just to get this out of my system. Because, dude,
sometimes I'll get like random.
Because it was so good. Who is this? Oh, man. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm also not. I do not give a fuck. This TikTok, all the libs already unfollowed me for saying, for making Trump jokes because it was too triggering, apparently. As though you weren't fucking seeing him on the news anyways. I can't make a few jokes. Suck ya mora. But anywho, there was one where the guy who's doing the impressions is hanging out with a group of, like, Blacks for Trump. You know that group, Blacks for Trump? And, dude, wow. Where is it? Blacks for Trump, they call it. Blacks for Trump. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I have to. I've got to. Oh, I can't find it. Was it deleted? No. Oh, whatever. I'll find it.
And they rehearse it until they can't do it wrong. And so they're going to sit up there and keep on doing it, rehearsing it until they've got it cold.
Hey, Benjamin, shut up. How about that, Benjamin?
Know it. There is no doubt in their mind. And that's the person who comes across with that certainty. All right? So if you were to just take a look, and this should be pretty obvious, but let's say you have 4 students who go to a school or show up in a training. One person comes there and they're there. And
write this down.
They're there. Okay, so they're sitting back, you know, they watch, they're more interested in what's going on over here, and somebody starts opening a candy wrapper, they're over there looking at what they're eating, you know, and so they're just kind of disconnected, just like what Ray Dalio said, they're disconnected. Then you've got your second student, and that person is
Tino kills me.
engaged, they're there, they're watching, but they don't do anything with it. All right, so they're interested in the topic, but it's more from they want to create an opinion out of it. You know, well, I got an opinion about it, right? And then that next student is the person who takes notes. They, you know, they think of it in terms of like how they can apply it. And then that other student, that last student, and that's going to be the person who's going to make millions. That's the person who doesn't stop at that training.
Tim Sales, how can you be so fucking boring? Okay, sorry, I have to show you this, guys. I have to show you this. I think it was... I have the guy's page here, and I want to make sure it's the right one, frankly. Got to make sure it's the correct TikTok, frankly. We're looking at TikTok. We're looking actually very closely at TikTok, believe it or not. Okay, here, hold on. So again, this guy's voices for Trump aren't the best, but his mannerisms are tremendous, believe me. Absolutely the best. Frankly, probably one of the best in the world, probably. Okay. Hold on. He has so many. Here, look at his page. Look at all these Trump videos he has. Have you guys seen this guy before? He's been putting in the work, practicing. I'm trying to find the one where he's like, Blacks for Trump. They call it Blacks for Trump. Here. Oh, yeah, it's this. Look. Okay, here. You guys. His mannerisms are so good. I'm jealous of how good his Trump his physicality of Trump is. Again, anyways, I think I do a better job with the voice than this guy, but I cannot even come close to his physicality. Watch.
But we're here with Blacks for Trump. We call it Blacks for Trump. And nobody's done more for the African Americans than Donald Trump. If you look at the jobs, the unemployment, tremendous unemployment, and this guy knows. Come here. That's right. Come here. That's right. Come here, sir. We love this guy. We did so much. Look, Blacks for Trump, and they all know. And they come up to me, they say, under Obama, there were no jobs. And under Sleepy Joe Biden, there's no jobs. Okay? If you look at what we're doing, and it was tremendous when I was in office. They've never seen so much basketball or hip-hop. Under Biden, there's no more hip-hop. And there's no more basketball, believe me. But when I get back in there, hip-hop is going to be back. If you look, we're talking to Little Boosie. Louisiana Heat. If you look at the rap snacks, they're delicious. Look at these cameras. Show the people. The fake news, they won't show that crowd. They won't show that crowd, but it's a tremendous crowd. And it's fantastic. My own daughter, Ivanka, she's like, I'm going to stay home today, Dad. I'm like, oh, really? Well, we'll see. We'll see what the will says. But we're here with Black.
And he even does the little hop. You know how Trump does that little hop? He's like, well, I guess we'll see. You know, he does that. Oh, my goodness. This guy, even the little sort of shrug it off, like, you know, thing that he does at one point. My favorite part now is we're talking to Little Boosie.
Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000.
I have a Little Boosie sound clip just in case. We're talking to Little Boosie. You look at I love the way his voice gets softer too when he goes, you look at Biden, there's no more hip hop. Sorry, listen. Go back, me.
Look, Blacks for Trump, and they all know. And they come up to me, they say, under Obama.
No, not Little Bussy, Little Boosie, B-O-O. He's a rapper.
There were no jobs. And under sleepy Joe Biden, there's no jobs. Okay.
And I like how all the cameras are there filming him like it's actually Trump. Like, legit. Why are you filming him?
If you look at what we're doing, and it was tremendous.
That, right there. If you look at what we're doing, and you look at what we're doing with jobs, and you know, he's like this. This is Trump. Ready? It's this. It's this. It's this. Straight, no bend here. This, and this, and the hop. That's all you need. Look when he goes. Look.
When I was in office, they've never seen so much basketball. If you look at what we're doing, and
like the little shook. You look at what we're doing, and it's tremendous, really, what we're doing. See, exactly what I said. Trump will say, if you look at blank, and then he won't actually give you the info you're seeking. He'll just say, it's tremendous, or it's unbelievable, or anyways. And, you know, also, like, the just, like, ridiculousness of it. Blacks for Trump. Like, we're going to have so much basketball, so much hip-hop, just, like, pandering. Oh, my God.
It was tremendous when I was in office. They've never seen so much basketball or hip-hop. Under Biden, there's no more hip-hop.
like Biden just came in and deleted the genre of hip-hop off Spotify. But it's so ridiculous, but also so something Trump would say. You look at Biden, there's no more hip-hop. You know, he brings it down a little bit. I love this guy. Oh, Rosie, I love this boy. I don't know if you've... that's from Spider-Man. Here, let's see. I just want to watch one more. I promise I'll get back to Tim Sales. But Queen Latifah endorses Trump. Let's see this one. I've seen a couple good ones of him doing Trump.
Well, we're here with Queen Latifah. And I told her you were so big in the 90s. You did so great. Queen Angel, but some people call it Latifah. We remember you from the 90s in that great movie, New Jack City, right? With Ice-T and Chris Rock.
With Ice-T, that's a perfect Trumpism right there. The little pause because he doesn't quite know what he's about to say.
Play the Pookie, right? We call it Pookie, and we call it Pookie very strongly, but you agree.
Oh, that's another strongly. You look at what's going on with China, and frankly, it's unbelievable. And we're looking into it very strongly, actually. But when I'm back in office, we're going to fix the problem. We're going to fix the southern border, frankly, because under Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Joe, there's no more border.
Great in that movie with the soundtrack, and it's a wonderful thing. Come here, sweetheart. We love you so strong.
Pulls her arm off.
We love you. Unbelievable. God bless.
He's the best. He is the best. Anyways, I'll get back to Tim Sales, but yeah. Anywho. Yeah, Matt Rife is funny too, man. I want to read your comment. Oh, the stance. He nails the stance. Just like, this is the Trump stance. You know, we're looking at a lot of different things. We're looking at TikTok, frankly, and it's going to be great. And I was telling Melania about it. Puerto Rico. We're looking at the people of Puerto Rico. Or when he mispronounced Yosemite. The beautiful mountain view of Yosemites. So far on this stream, you have heard me say nothing, Trump say nothing, and Tim Sales say nothing. So good value. We're providing value is what we're doing. We're building momentum. You know. Thank you, TL024, saying Marco looking thick tonight. Thank you. All right. Anyways, let's continue here. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments. Your voice is as good or better as the body language. Oh, thank you, Gabby. Appreciate that. Some voting for me, some voting, you know. There's no more basketball. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Mars says, Blacks for Trump, it's like Black Mirror. Great show, frankly. I watched it very strongly, but actually it's African American Mirror if you want to be correct. Yeah. Oh my God. So accurate. All the basketball. Honestly, I didn't even know I've been waiting for a Trump mannerism tutorial all my life. Well, Straw Babies, you got one. You got one. It's huge. It's huge. It's a big problem. We got a problem. Big problem, Frank. I don't like to listen to other people's Trump impressions because it ruins my Trump impression, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bigly and strongly. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, you guys got to understand, I do stream 3 nights a week, but most of the time I'm just at home by myself or at the gym listening to music, so I'm not really talking to anybody. Most of the time it's just complete silence. So sometimes I do just be, you know, yesterday I was cooking. We're making great pasta like in Italy. Nobody knows Italy like me, folks, believe it or not. And frankly, I had a great relationship with their president. Yeah, all right, let's go.
They're going to take their notes back and they're going to break it down. And then they're going to implement it into their own business. They're going to work with it. And, you know, like stretch it this way and stretch it that way and try this and try that. And then look at their outcome and kind of debrief on what they need to do better. And then they keep on with iterations of that until they nail it. Okay, so that's the fundamental about what happens to high school students that go on to be billionaires or millionaires. And the other ones are the ones that Ray Dalio was talking about, right? The 22 that are disconnected or disengaged. And so it's not any different in network marketing. And so what I want to do is walk you through something here because
in my new video that I'm working on, I have it written here in a list format. In my new video that I'm working on, which I've been ominously referring to as the big one, throughout the course of this video that you're going to see from me, you will hear multi-level marketing, specifically one company, compared to Amazon, doctor's offices, law firms, insurance agencies, real estate brokerages, franchises, traditional corporations, the military, the government, professional sports, college, marriage, fitness, and Walmart. Those are all of the different false equivalences that are made throughout the course of this new video that you're going to see from me, which we've been working on it very strongly, and it's going to be a tremendous video, frankly. We're going to finish it. We're going to put it on YouTube. On YouTube, they call it. That's what they call it. Thank you, Sam here. Yes, who got him? Gabby B, Chic Attack, Jenny, Elena, Danny, Michael, Peter Mingles. Woo! Thank you, Sam here. Yes. You know, you look at what they're doing you look at what's going on in Italy. You know, they do a great job with the pasta over there, believe me. And I went there, I went to a restaurant, and it was a great restaurant. And then 2 years later, he'll be like, I never went there. I don't know who that is. They're disgusting. They're dogs. He died like a dog. Remember when he did that about some terrorist? He died like a dog. I love it. I love it. You know, it's important to make fun of things that are bothersome to us because it helps deflate them and take the wind out of their sails. No pun intended. You see it. The wind out of their sails. Helps take the wind out of their sails and deflate it a little bit. You know, you got to laugh at it. You know, like in Harry Potter, what's that? Ridiculous. And they make the scary thing into something funny. I'm the best.
It's very important to me that you really get your hands around the discovery of all of this, all right? Like,
petition to drop the big one for members only. Well, I will say the members will get it early on. They'll get it early. And we're looking at making an extended cut. We're looking quite closely, actually. An extended version, they call it. That's what they call it. Extended. They're going to extend it. Nobody knows more about extensions than me.
how did this come to be in my world? Well, first of all, I want to talk about this concept called the why. Now, most people, when you talk to them, they'll say that the number one most important thing is your why. And I've heard it said, you know, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not going to motivate you or something like that. And
your why. 12 minutes into a 25-minute video, halfway through, he's talked about nothing. Your why, false equivalences to school and whatever else.
That versus training interest, which is what I just talked about. Well, my background before was I was in the U.S. Navy Spec Ops in the dive team, and I've seen people...
Scott Johnson, is that you? I was in the Navy. I worked with very hot water. Scott, hey, Scott Johnson, you were never even in battle. You were a military, what do they call it? A nuclear tech. Nuke, Navy, the term is a nuke. It's a slang term. Nuke, Navy. Meaning nuclear something. A nuclear power technician, also known as a Navy nuke, is an enlisted sailor who has received extensive training at the service's Naval Nuclear Power School. You never even shot a weapon! Uh-oh, Cat the Barber recruiting. Thank you. How? How are you gonna do that? Thank you. The why. They ask about the why, but they never ask about the how. What's your how? Instead of what's your why, what's your how? You told me your why, now I'm going to figure out your how. Thank you, yeah, Kuhwit. He does talk like somebody from the 1800s almost, right? Congrats. Thank you, Cat the Barber, for the gifteds. And congrats to Tay, Deanna, Brandon, Misha, and Leah. A little bit of Leah in my life. A little bit of Misha by my side. A little bit of Brandon's all I need. A little bit of Tay 24 is all I see. A little bit of Deanna Rats. Oh, I shouldn't Google nuke Navy. Yeah, my bad. That's true. That's true.
Drown. Okay, so was it lack of why? I don't know if you've ever held your breath longer than you thought you should. But there's a communication from inside your body that says, you know, you will find air, right? And but sometimes it's not enough. Why not? Because training. And it's the reason that U.S. Navy Dive School is 22 weeks long, right? And where, you know, you can go get a PADI course for what, like 2 hours? And that's the difference, is the depth of the training. And so that's the reason that for me, it's not why. Why is involved, no question about it, because you got to have a why in order to even be interested in training. But you have to get the training, all right? In high school,
no way. Morgan says, why are you good at singing? Don't fucking play with me. Do not play with me, y'all. I'm telling you, you fill up this dono goal, I might fuck around, turn this into a karaoke stream. What's that one Michael Jackson song? What about trees? Wait for it. God damn. Or when I put my country rock, my classic rock, I'm through with standing in line. Come on, man. Come on, man. Who would have thought even 4 years ago I was shy to be on camera? Who, what?
I was literally, all right, this isn't generalizing, I was literally the dumbest student in the class, all right? And
I believe you. I believe you, Tim.
Literally, all right, this isn't generalizing, I was literally the dumbest student in the class, all right? And I knew that because the teacher reminded me of that every test I ever took. You know, I remember this one time where I had a grade of 60. You had to have 69 was fail and 70 was a pass, and I had a 24, okay? That gives you some kind of an idea there. I was a disconnected student, no question. All right, so right out of high school, I went into the U.S. Navy. I went into boot camp, and they kind of recruited us in. The Special Operations Group were recruited.
Sandra's hosting. I don't know if this is true, but Sandra says Scott Johnson said that his wife sits with him when he's doing his radio show and she thinks Scott is a nutcase. Fuck, I believe it. There's no way she listens to that. I can't imagine that. Him with his headphones on, like talking shit. Like, Marco, he's always stupid, looking over at his wife like, did I do good, babe? Ridiculous. Legend says he'll blow me. Panda says you can't afford it. So true. All right.
Recruiting from the pool of people who were in boot camp. And so we had to march into this hangar, and we watched this film. And man, were they beating these guys up, all right? And they talked about it. And Spec Ops is made up of Navy SEALs, explosive ordnance disposal, and Navy divers.
Marco does the Nikki verse with twerking. I could do a Nikki verse. Trey Tino is here tonight, so I know I could do a Nikki verse. Marco, to get over your camera shyness, do you imagine all of us naked? Or this is a leading question for sure. This is a trap. Do you imagine all of us naked or in muscle tanks? Please let that callback land. Right, because I remember you saying you're a muscle mommy, something like that on the last stream. Do I imagine all of you naked? Sure, let's go with that. I'm just like bricked beneath the table. You can't see the entire time, but I stream for 3 hours with just... I shouldn't even be saying. I stream the whole 3 hours with just a massive erection, and then by the time the stream ends, I'm just like dizzy and I pass out because of the blood not being in my brain. Yeah, somebody's going to clip that and use it to make sure I don't get a job one day.
Deep sea divers. And I remember sitting there and just the boldness and the look in their eye, like they had such certainty, they controlled their world and there wasn't any question about it, right? And I wanted that. Okay, so that lets you know that, yes, why did matter, no question. But for me to want that, man, it was so out of my league, right? Like that was, like there's no way. And that's the same way that a lot of people feel in.
And Paz, what do I remind y'all of every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday? Oh, of my singing ability? Right.
Network marketing, the first person that I watched on the stage, he was making $80,000 a month. And I thought, man, that is so out of my league, right? So I went.
This font is terrible.
Into Spec Ops. Took me 4 years to get there, continually requesting for it.
Did he have a stash? Fuck, I hope not.
I finally got it, all right?
Not about me being a muscle mommy. You said there's a pic of Peter in a wife beater. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yes, let's go with that. I do imagine y'all looking like Peter in your wife beaters. Wife Peter.
Knowing that I didn't know, like I knew that I was going to be the dumbest student in this class also, ended up being my greatest asset.
Wow.
All right? Let me tell you why. Because I knew that I had to work harder, so I woke up early.
So saying nothing, 15 minutes in, saying nothing so far. Trey Tino says, Marco, do I give you the barb energy? Always, mama.
I rehearsed the knots that we had to tie underwater. I would, I remember, continually moving the regulator over the manifold so that I always got that right because it has to seat up against an O-ring. All right. Now, I know I'm giving you specifics, but what I'm doing is that I'm getting you back into my life at that time where.
What I'm doing is I'm distorting reality to a point where you are so confused and utterly hyped up and gaslit that you can't even understand that I'm saying absolutely fucking nothing throughout this entire video. That's what I'm doing. Wow, my Tim Sales impression kind of, right? Good.
I wasn't satisfied with just
I wasn't satisfied with... Give me some time. We're looking at Tim Sales. We're looking very strongly.
Showing up to the class, I wanted to rehearse it so that I wasn't dumb on the subject, right? So that's the reason that I would wake up early and do whatever it did just to go over it a few more times before class, all right? And so I worked harder, and that ended up being my advantage.
Right, okay, right. I see you, Paz. When he said how he knew he was stupid. Right. Yeah. This looks like this looks like the iPhone Notes app zoomed way in.
In that community, and now I'm really starting to push in on what network marketing is all about here. In that community, training was the culture and still is. And what do I mean by training was the culture, right? Instructors assumed we knew nothing, just as we as leaders should assume that the new person knows nothing, all right? The first people that they cut, and they cut most of the people out of the...
What is this giant-ass iPad he's using, too? Did he do this presentation on an LG Envy? He did it on an Acer. It was done on an Acer lab, or a Dell.
class, the first people they cut were the arrogant ones. Well, now you would think that it had to do with something else. No, they were just the arrogant ones. And what the instructors later told us is the arrogant people who think they know, they can't learn. And they are constantly.
Why does he have the InfoWars background?
The ones who cause problems on the battlefield. And so they were the first ones cut. So what do I mean by training was the culture? We leaned on training, like this table right here. I'm leaning on it.
Wow, explaining what the word leaning means. Just padding the runtime when you have an essay that needs to be 3,000 words, but you've only written 500.
That is what our support was. Okay, so let's say that we've got a guy and he can't quite figure out how to calculate the dive tables. Well, what do we lean on? We lean on training. What else could we lean on? Well, he doesn't have a big enough why. We can't solve that, right? But we can solve training. We can get the guy down, and we can sit down, and we can just keep doing it over and over and over until that person does it right, and then keep on doing it until he can't do it wrong. And so that's the reason that the entire team was devoted to training. And that's why I say we leaned on training, because there was no other thing that we could lean on that would solve the problem.
Lean on me. Nah, y'all don't even deserve it. That's the crazy thing. That's the craziest part. When you're not strong. Ah! And I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Wake up, America. Wake up.
Okay. So, network marketing. I answered an ad in the newspaper just to try to go to settlement on a house that I'd put money down on, right? And so what I was trying to do was just basically find something that I could do just on a part-time basis so that I could go to settlement. And so I thought, well, I'd sell Cutco knives or something, right? Even though I never sold anything in my life. And the ad, as I went through the Washington Post newspaper at the time.
Yeah, lean on me when your why is not strong. Very good, Mars. Very good, very good. I could sit down with your dad and have him sort it out. Lean on these nuts, how stupid.
Now, this is going back like 1989. Every single one of the ads said experience required, 2 years experience required, 4 years experience required. I didn't have any experience. And so, but there was one ad that stuck out. It had these two words, will train, all right? And it was way out of my league because there was the amount of money that they said that you could make was completely out of my league, right?
Next time he moves out of the way, I'm actually going to read this page. Bootcamp, watched vid, out of my league, wanted it, why did matter, spec ops, knowing I didn't know, great asset, I worked harder, parentheses, up early. Training was the culture. Instructors assumed we knew nothing. First cut.
So what did I lean on?
Training.
Training.
Wow. What else could we lean on? NWM. Out of my league, advertisement will train. Nothing knowable. Everything gets better with the right training. Training is relative. Scuba 2 hours versus 20 weeks. Pedantic nature. He just learned the word pedantic today, and now he wrote it on this. This channel is sharing what I've done to create high six figures in 27 years. Okay. All right, it's your world, Tim. We're just living in it. We're just visiting. We're just stopping by for gas.
I answered the only ad that said, will train, all right? It was like it spoke to me. Because nothing is unknowable. You ever think about that?
Nothing is unknowable. I'm not even going to try to wrap my head around that one today.
There's nothing unknowable.
Oh, man, this is so random, but I'm just going to say it. Dude, this is something that happened in 2022 at the gym. This is something that happened in 2022 at the gym, and I kept forgetting to even bring it up, and it is so completely irrelevant to this stream right now and this content that I make now, but I just can't keep it to myself any longer because I always remember it when I go to the gym, and then I never bring it up. One of the greatest things that I ever seen when I walked into the gym one time is I walked into the room that I was going to work out in the gym, and there was, I think a group of 3 or 4 people, and they were all black. Now, this isn't really relevant to the story. I'm just setting up the scene, right? Now, where I live in Alberta, which is basically like the Texas of Canada, oil rigs and truckers and pickup trucks and farmland. So there's not like, we don't have really Hispanic people like that up here. We do, but there's no like, it's not a lot. Mostly we have Filipino people, a lot of Indian people, very, very scarce on Mexican people, black people, whatever. And dude, I just saw, it just warmed my heart. I walk into the gym and they're all standing there, and a song comes on in the gym, and it's that song, shake that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy. And one guy just like, you could tell that he just remembered it from like junior high school. He just starts going into like a whole dance, and he's like going, he's like, shake that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy. And I walked out because the room was too busy, and I went to a different room, not because I'm racist. And that just sticks with me, you know? It just stuck with me. Anywho, thanks for listening. I'm lonely.
In the whole world, everything gets better with the right training. If you want to get better at fishing, train. If you want to get better at cooking, train. If you want to get better at videography, my videographer's behind you there, train, right? He trains all the time. He's always getting up, you know, training up on the new gear. And so there's just nothing that if you get the right training that you don't get better at. And now with this, I also have to kind of warn you a little bit. Training is relative. Okay, so like I spoke of earlier, scuba, you can get a scuba.
Why do I have so many gym stories? You tell me. Ah! So stupid.
Certificate in a couple of hours in Bermuda. I did it, right? And versus 20 weeks to be a Navy diver. Well, what's the difference? Well, one teaches you how to blow bubbles. The other one will teach you how to save your buddy.
You say teach you how to blow bubbles?
So what's the difference? Well, one teaches you how to blow bubbles.
Got it. Write this down.
The other one will teach you how to save your buddy's life. He's going to teach you how to, you know, detect exactly what's going on when a person might have some sort of problem coming up after diving, and how to saw your way out of a kelp bed or whatever it is, right? So we learn all those things. And then there's also the pedantic nature of training, and what that means.
What's it mean?
Is that if somebody's overly obsessed with the study and doesn't necessarily ever apply it, well, that typically is where a person's just always receiving training and they never apply anything. And so the kind of training that you want to deliver is that kind of training that they can then turn around and implement it into their lives, all right? And so then, so this channel that I'm doing right now is to basically share with you what and how I do all of my training. All right, so that way, and I've created a 6 to 7 figure income for the last 27 years. All right, so do me a favor now.
Maybe I'm stupid like Tim Sales was when he was in school, because I learned nothing from this video, bro.
This whole thing was a concept so that you could really grasp the deep understanding of why training interest is the only thing that you really in network marketing can lean on. That is what the culture should be around, because I don't know anybody who shows up and, you know, who's brand new in network marketing and can do it without some training, all right? In fact, some really good training. And so I was fortunate. Somebody kind of scooped down and helped me, and then I climbed and climbed and climbed to every person that I could find who had really, really good training. And then I implemented some of the same techniques that I got from the military.
I saw such an awkward scene in the gym last week. There was like an older woman being trained by this young, hot guy, and they were like, he was like trying to talk her through the workouts and whatever, and she was like, I think doing squats or hip thrusts or something, and the song was so loud in the gym, and it was like, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about you and me. You know that song? They just be playing the worst shit at the worst time. Or they play Pitbull. Give me that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff, dale. London, New York, LA, Miami. Boom, 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 boom. That's every Pitbull song. Right.
So what my plan with this training is that I'm going to go through, like, these are like series that I'm going to be doing. And this by no means is all of them. It's just what I wanted to just share with you, what I'm going to be covering. So the first one is kind of stop the noise. This is the stuff that, number one, can hold back a distributor if they're uncertain about any of these things, like a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, whether or not it's legal, is it ethical, is it professional, things like that, right? So that's just stop the noise. It's kind of what we do day to day with prospects. And so, so that's number one. Number two is to understand network marketing. I did a training one time with a group of leaders in a company, and it was very interesting to me. They really didn't know what network marketing itself was. They only knew what their company was, and so they had no idea what network marketing actually was. And so, and if you don't know what network marketing is, you can't differentiate it from a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme or an illegal network marketing company or a legal one.
I can. They're all the same.
Right? So, so that's understanding network marketing. And then I'll get into then after that part, because these are the day-to-day actions. And then this is building. How do you build? Right? So I have something called the training runway, where you got to have the right timing to where that you train them enough so they don't plow into the wall.
Yeah, the irony of him saying "stop the noise" is fucking insane. It's true. It's unbelievable.
But you know, you got to get them to flex their wings a little bit to take flight, right? If the runway is too long and they train and train and train and train and train, they'll never get out of that as an occupation. So they'll be professional networkers who never make a penny. And then just like what to do, and then what are my daily actions, right? So like I have had the same daily actions for around 29 years. And so they really, really are the daily actions that make money. And then generating leads, what to say it, how to follow up, and then how to start new reps. And then, of course, there's leadership. And as the very, very old...
This is what happens when somebody who knows nothing about business has been allowed to slide and go unchecked for so long that they actually believe it. But I imagine that earlier in Tim's MLM career, there was a sense of imposter syndrome, as there must be with every person who postures as like a legitimate businessman, despite the fact that they might have just got their, you know, insurance license and joined an MLM company, you know, last week, like is the case with my friend from high school who joined World Financial Group. One day he was a regular guy doing drywalling with his dad at his dad's, you know, business, and he was a laborer. And a week later he was an agent with World Financial Group, and clapping and cheering and all that nonsense. So yeah, it's really, I mean, I got to watch another Tim Sales video because this was nonsense.
The old book says that there are no bad teams, only bad leaders. And I have seen
this was a poo-poo doo-doo training plan, Meek, to put it eloquently.
Again and again and again. The leader is the one who sets the standards. What's the performance of the daily actions? What do they do? And so you set that standard, you get everybody to it, and then you raise the standard, and get everybody to it, and you raise the standard. All right, and so there's techniques in how do you go about doing that. And so you just keep on repeating that. So this is what I'm going to be covering. If you have training interest, then I highly recommend that you subscribe to the channel. When you hit the subscribe button, also click the little bell so that you get notified when I come out.
Fuck no, I'm not doing that. Okay, wow, that was bad. I thought this, you know, I obviously didn't watch this video before I did the stream, because I went to his channel and I sorted by most viewed, and this was the third most viewed video. This has 24,000 views, and you know, maybe this video, what is network marketing, will be better. Look, Dan Locke. Wow. Is MLM legal? Larry King. This one's called What is Network Marketing? Very simple explanation. 24-minute long video. How about this one? Is MLM legal?
80% of my people are distributors and 20% are customers. That don't play out. I got more distributors than customers. I got more people out pushing something than selling it. It's confusing to me. What is a pyramid?
What is
If that's not a pyramid, what's a pyramid?
Love it when you do that.
That's what I try to do.
All right.
How much is my friend making now? He's not even in WFG anymore. He claims that he decided he didn't want to do it anymore, but that's cap. He obviously wasn't making the millions that he thought he was going to make.
So how do you know if network marketing is legal? Like, how do you know for sure? And then which activities can you or your company do that would make it legal or illegal?
Huey Lewis, real. Climbing Jacob's pyramid. Yeah, so true.
Legal. All right, we want to find this out because this is based on a 2018 Federal Trade Commission document, and I'm going to go through this step by step. My name is Tim Sales. I've been in the network marketing industry for 30 years. I've consulted a couple of hundred network marketing companies. I did a University of Illinois at Chicago.
I wonder why he cut away from the Larry King interview. I would have actually liked to see what his answer was then, but I'm sure he has a much more, you know, self-aggrandizing and delusion-pleasing answer in this video.
Certificate course on network marketing, of course. And then I was also interviewed by the legendary Larry King, actually on this topic. It was the of whether or not it's legal, a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme. And so, so it's really, really good for you to know this information. And you might consider subscribing to the channel, because when I upload new videos, you'll get told about it, things like that. And then if I do a live having to do with something that's right now happening, then you'll get that as well. So let's jump in right now. So yes, network marketing is legal. Says who? Case law. All right, that means that it was established by a judge that made a particular point in one case. All right, so this was Federal Trade Commission versus Amway in 1975. It was a 4-year long.
Yeah, and it was an administrative law judge, not even like a federal court.
Long litigation. All right.
Read Ponzinomics.
And so when all the books were opened up and everything, the administrative law judge ruled that.
That's true, Bad Dog. James Jani uses that Larry King clip with Tim Sales in his MLM cult video. That's so true. So true.
Amway's multi-level marketing program was a legitimate business opportunity as opposed to a pyramid scheme.
Case closed. Slavery was also a legitimate business if you asked the right person at the right point in history.
All right, so that is what makes it legal, is that it's established case law. All right, okay. So now that means that the structure is legal. In other words, paying on more than one level, multi-level marketing. It is legal. The structure of it is legal. It doesn't matter how many people out there are chanting and saying it's not, blah, blah, blah. No, it is, okay? They're not willing to accept that it's law. Right? So paying on more than one level. Many industries and companies also pay on more than one level, but they're not called multi-level marketing companies. All right? So many affiliate programs pay on more than one level, but they don't call themselves multi-level or network marketing. And then again, this is the 2018 document that you might want to take a look at. Okay, so now let's move over into likely legal. All right, now we're talking about corporate activities. And so if you're a part of a network marketing company or you're...
Just insane. The fact that you would even have to do this in your business. Likely a pyramid, large fees. Not true. Vima didn't have a large startup fee. That was a pyramid scheme. Allows front-end loading. Well, you could front load with literally any MLM, whether the product was tangible or not. In the Lula Rich documentary, you saw women hoarding boxes of leggings and crappy clothes in their garages, going through puberty, in their garages. Now you could do the same thing with insurance products or investment, accounts and things like that. Like if you join a Primerica, WFG, PHP, FFL, your own purchases count towards your volume in most of those. For sure, I know for a fact in WFG and Primerica. Commissions on enrollment is likely a pyramid. Well, they get by that pretty simply too, by just making sure that the recruitment or the enrollment and the product are inextricably linked. So that way, when somebody joins the opportunity and makes the purchase of the product or the starter kit, it counts as a sale and they count as a customer because, well, apparently selling to someone who didn't actually want the thing, they just bought it because they thought it was, something they needed to do as part of the unlimited income opportunity. Apparently that counts as a genuine sale, the same as if you actually just sold it to somebody who wanted the product. That doesn't happen in MLM. So I don't even need to hear him babble about this. Intent legal or intent illegal. Earn commissions, comp plan driven, consume and sell. Again, same thing. You could say that every MLM is, based on consuming and selling. In my video that I dropped a few days ago with Doug Brooks, he talks about retail sales and consummated retail sales, meaning they actually went to a customer who consumed it. And if all of your distributors are just the ones consuming it, well, is that really an outside market of customers? I believe every single MLM company is an illegal pyramid scheme. They just have not been yet found out to be an illegal pyramid scheme. And of course, the FTC does selective investigations and selective shutdowns of certain MLM companies to appear like they care and to appear like they are doing something about the issue of pyramid schemes, except they refuse to analyze the industry as a whole and make a judgment about the actual practice itself. It's like, to compare it to, again, something else that used to be legal that I'm glad is no longer legal, slavery. Imagine if back in the day, when slavery was still a thing, there were people advocating against slavery and saying it's unethical and it's wrong. Imagine if the government just made a case-by-case decision based on whether a company or whether a plantation and a slave owner was treating his slaves right or not. It's like, no, and then coming to this conclusion, well, there's good slavers and there's bad slavers, and it would just be a ridiculous proposition. It's a ridiculous concept, and so too is it for the saying that there are legitimate MLM companies and there are illegitimate, illegal pyramid schemes. They're all illegal pyramid schemes. If somebody would just take the measures to start back with Amway, which, as Tim said, was the 1979 decision. That was the pretense and sort of the template from day one for the way all the rest of the MLM companies set themselves up. And that's really the root of the problem. That's the head of the snake, is Amway. So, but of course, the political boodling and bribing, as Robert calls it in Ponzinomics, goes to the highest level of government. And if you think that it is a conspiracy or it is conspiratorial to suggest that there is corruption in the government, then, sure. What else, Tim? Oh, okay. Buying volume for the purpose of earning is wrong intent. Yeah, for sure. Great video, Tim. Great video. All right. What is network marketing? Simple, very simple explanation. Let's see what else y'all are saying. It's such a dumbass argument. Yep. What up, Devin? Legal is always good. Got it. Yeah. They always have to prove that it is legal, right? So haram. This dude got on Larry King. This is proof you can't trust the media. Well, just like Dr. Oz. I mean, Dr. Oz had Vima on his show. Dr. Oz. So a lot of these people, Larry King, Dr. Oz, they're doing it for the bag, baby. Larry King also did some shit with Eric Worre, too. Slavery done wrong, yeah. They'll be arguing in my chat about slavery, by the way. Fucking Blake and whoever else. So true, and Paz, so true.
Hi, Tim Sales here. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about what is network marketing. Very simple explanation. Okay, so let me
guess. Spoiler alert. It wasn't simple.
Explain what I mean by very simple explanation. I was interviewed in the Wall Street Journal. I was also interviewed in a Washington D.C. magazine. And what they write is really confusing. Okay, like, even though I've been in the industry for 32 years, and at that time, not that long, but I remember reading it, and I was trying to keep up with it, and I'm like, what, huh? And so it is, for somebody who's been in it and made millions.
Such a bad shirt to be wearing in a YouTube video. That I wonder if he purposely decided to dress like a hypnosis diagram. That literally is like one of them optical illusions where it's like, stare at the white dot for 30 seconds and then look away and blink. Do you see the face of Jesus? That's what that shirt is like.
Trust me, it's this simple, okay? It really, really is. And the goal should always be that we're trying to reduce it to simplicity instead of make it more and more and more and more complex, all right? So this is what it is, simply. I want to start with putting you, or orientating you a little bit, because in order to look at business, what you first need to look at, so the last video that I did, it was talking about all my side hustles. And
talking about all my side hustles, sorry, excuse me.
I really wish somebody had shown me this way back then, because it would have been able to put everything into perspective, because I just kind of thought of business ownership as one of those stores in the like one of those strip malls or something like that, or maybe it was a restaurant or something. And so when we're talking about a product-based company, a business that you might own, I want to show you kind of like the big categories. This is the way you look at it and evaluate it all. So over here, you have the raw resources, and that's going to be sand and concrete and soil and ore, like metals, oil, gold, diamonds, trees, animals, water.
Is he going to go through all of these?
Animals,
Yep.
packaging, the country. And so owning a
Skipping,
business, I felt as
skipping.
though this to the customer is the person who makes the most margin. Okay, so you can think Walmart, right? They get the most margins compared to these other categories, or pretty much any of them. So I want the highest margins and I want the most security. I want you to think about something for a minute. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on the CEO or the CFO or Chief Operations Officer or something like that. They put a lot of emphasis on this person. But every bonus, every dividend that's paid out into a stock, every employee relies utterly on the sales acquisition team. Okay, so if you want security, it's not go work for a big company. It's know how to get customers, because there will never, ever be a business that doesn't need to get customers. You get the idea of that. So that is where you start really thinking this concept through, where do I want to play the game? And if I'm in this business, then I'm reliant upon the people getting customers and these people digging the stuff out of the ground, right? So I've got to, like, I'm relying on these things, where here I'm closest to the customer. That is where you have utter security, because at the end of the day, that is who gives you a dollar.
That is who gives you a dollar?
Utter security, because at the end of the day, that is who gives you a dollar.
I'm not tripping, right? I heard that, right? To understand, yeah, Panda, to understand this, you need a little bit of history. On the first day, God created earth.
All right, it's the customer who gives the company a dollar that ends up going and being split up into the various different employees of the company, okay? And so what I choose to do is I don't want to do all of this, and I don't want to do this, so I'm going to get a partner for all of this so that I can just focus on this little part right there, acquiring customers, okay? So here is the simplicity of what a network marketing company is all about. It is a partnership, period. That's the first thing you have to just look at and say, yeah, wow, it really is. You sign a partnership agreement. You choose, okay? You're choosing this. You're choosing a company based on products, compensation that they offer, their policies, their procedures of doing business, the culture, the training, countries that they're opening in.
How is it a partnership if you have no say in what is being sold, how much it costs, the structure of the comp plan, the commission payout, the bonuses, when the Zoom meetings are being held? You have no control. It is not a partnership. You don't have legal partnership. You're an independent contractor. Was I a partner of Boston Pizza when I was 18, 19 years old delivering pizza at Boston Pizza? No, I was a pizza delivery guy, sole proprietor.
Opened in and opening in, life cycle of the products, life cycle of the company, etc.
Yep. Also, Pam, another great point. No salary, no benefits, no vacation, no legal protection, no legal responsibility from the company on your behalf as the distributor. So how is it a partnership? No idea what you're talking about. Man.
Sure. Okay, that's what you're choosing. And you need to evaluate all of those. Most people that I've witnessed,
I'm putting on 1.5. Even somehow on 1.25, it's still too slow and boring.
They come in and they, like maybe somebody exposed them to the business and they kind of look at the product and they go, you know what? I think I could sell that. And that's the limitation that's the limited amount of evaluation that went on, and it was no different than me. That's the way that I first came in. Like it was, I had no idea. I just wanted to go to settlement on a house that I put out bids for. And so I just said, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, it's an LLC, sole proprietorship, and partnership all at the same time. Welcome to TGI Fridays. I'll be your independent distributor for today.
Just happened to get lucky. Okay, so number 2, company provides raw materials, manufacturing, branding, warehousing, shipping, returns in countries to do business in.
He was on 1.25, yeah.
All right, so that's their job. You choose the company based on this. Well, now what's your part of the partnership? You acquire customers, you own your customers.
No, you don't. If you leave, the customers, with compression, you leave, and they just get shifted up. So the person above you now would inherit your downline. You don't own them. This is a blatant lie.
It's a big deal when you look out there and you see affiliate marketing, you see Amazon sellers, you see real estate, you see insurance sales, you see all these different businesses.
False equivalence.
But you don't own the customer. You are acquiring a customer for somebody else. You acquire reps if available. Okay, so inside of the direct sales industry, it's an old industry. Like,
why is there not an entire genre of videos explaining how carpentry is not a scam? Exactly. Hey, Tim, if MLM, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, is just like all these other businesses, how come there is not ongoing debate about whether, real estate is a scam or insurance is a scam? How come on the FTC's website, on their page about pyramid schemes, it's called multi-level marketing and pyramid schemes? They share the same page, and they have to make distinctions between what is a legitimate MLM and what is a pyramid scheme. By the way, just for you folks that are watching, there is no such thing as a legitimate MLM versus a pyramid scheme. The criteria laid out by the FTC for what constitutes a legitimate MLM is a unicorn, mythological, made-up set of criteria that no MLM company has ever met or ever will meet, and I guarantee you there is not one MLM company out there that operates as per what the FTC says a legitimate MLM is. It is a completely amorphous, made-up thing.
1897 or something like that. Inside of direct sales, there is a part that's called network marketing, and it means that you're able to get your own reps and train them, and this is what they get. That's it. You earn the upside of what you and your team build. Okay, so the comparables are real estate, mortgage, brokers, insurance agent, affiliate marketers, and Amazon sellers. That would be most comparable in terms of the daily activities. It would be most like Amazon sellers and real estate brokers. Okay, so that is it in simplicity.
What?
Agent, affiliate marketers, and Amazon sellers.
You're going to make me do this, Tim?
Team build. Okay, so the comparables are real estate, mortgage, brokers, insurance agent, affiliate marketers, and Amazon sellers.
All right, the first three, I can hammer those out all in one go. Real estate, mortgage, insurance agent, or broker. No, Tim, MLM is not comparable even a little bit, let alone most comparable to. Actually, I would give you most comparable. I'll give you that. But they're still not even close to comparable, because none of those businesses require recruiting more realtors if you're a realtor, more agents if you're a mortgage broker, more agents if you're an insurance agent. Your commission is not increased by the amount of people you have under you and subsequently how many people they have under them. You are also not required to make purchases of the product you are selling in any of those industries. When you're a realtor, imagine you had a monthly quota or a recurring monthly cost that was like, every month you got to buy a garage. But when you first join, you also have to buy a house, and then you get the privilege of selling houses. It's a ridiculous thing to suggest. Lastly, people who are buying houses are not buying houses because they also want to become a realtor. They're buying houses because there's a demand for houses. There's an entire housing market. And realtors are facilitating the purchase and the, of the house, as well as the open houses and the viewings and the, having the appraiser go and look at it and whatever else. So they are actually selling a thing people want. They are not putting their logo on some protein powder or lotion or shampoo or granola bars and saying, here's our amazing product, buy a box of this and become a distributor. It's just ridiculous. As for affiliate marketer and Amazon seller, so this is a great one. I'm sure if Dominic Izzo was here, he would say that that I'm doing the same thing.
Thanks, Marco.
He would, because in my description of this stream, there is affiliate links for Ponzinomics, for the audio, the Audible book version of it and the physical book version of it. So the difference with that is I'm not recruiting people to go and post my affiliate link around, okay? People who want to buy that book and want me to get a commission from it as a one and done purchase will go and buy it. I pay nothing to be an Amazon affiliate. there is no discount offered to people who use the affiliate link to entice them. There's no claims deceptive claims made around it. And, I'm not recruiting a network of people who go and, for example, I think the commission for Amazon affiliate sales is like between 5 and 10%. I think it depends on the product. But let's say it's 5%. I get 5% of the cost when you buy Ponzinomics. I don't know exactly how much it is. But imagine if my commission only went up or could go up all the way up to 100% maybe if I recruited more people. That's not what's happening. So affiliate marketing, it's a one and done. And Amazon seller, just literally selling on Amazon is MLM? No. It's Amazon would be the vendor you are using. If you're the creator of a product or a brand or whatever it is, you might choose to sell on Amazon, as well as sell at a trade show, as well as sell in Walmart, as well as sell at a brick and mortar location, whatever it is. So all of those are ridiculous. All of those are wrong.
Sellers. That would be most comparable in terms of the daily activities. It would be most like Amazon sellers and real estate brokers.
No, it's not.
So real estate, mortgage,
Whoops.
is it in simplicity. Well, what would you be doing? Right? Remember over here, I said that you acquire customers, you own the customers. You acquire reps. Okay, so
No, you don't. Nathan, in my ACN video, with a big fucking smug smile on his face, said, "Your ACN business is willable and sellable. You can leave it to your children." No, you can't. After my ACN video came out, ACN immediately terminated Nathan from ACN, removed his name from the list of success stories on their website. There was like 25 other distributors, including Nathan, that were featured on that list who were like the success stories of ACN. And all of the videos on Facebook of Nathan going up on stage and accepting his awards for greatness in ACN at their big conventions were also deleted from their pages. So what do you mean you owned it? I thought you owned it, Nathan. I thought you owned it. That's strange, isn't it?
what's this business of acquiring? How does that happen? Okay. So first of all, I'll just tell you that a lot of people, when they first look at the idea of sales.
Joey K makes a great point that I'm also going to bring up in my video, and I think I brought this up in the Doug Brooks interview. If your goal really was to make sales, why would you add the obstacle in your own way of making new salespeople buy the product? Why would you make them have to pay to sell the product? If you have a product that you want sold and you decide that having salespeople is the best way to do that because you're not doing brick and mortar locations or whatever, you want people to go out into the world and sell, whether it's door to door or online or whatever, well, wouldn't the only thing that matters really be how much did the product cost me to manufacture? How much am I selling it for? And what is the cut that the salesperson is going to make? What am I going to be left with? What's my profit? That's the way every other business is done, I'm pretty sure. So how come it's such a big priority in MLM to make the distributor also bear some cost before they join? Makes no sense.
There's a lot of different things that go through. And I know what I had to go through, like drive through, was a lot of noise in my head. It was every time I asked a girl to dance and she said no. Going all the way back to Sadie Hawkins' dance, okay? It was a long time ago. And so, you know, it's a lot of noise that's in the head about it. And there are times where you have been manipulated to buy something and you don't want to be like that. All right? So I had a lot of that in my head. I bought a Kirby vacuum cleaner, like $150 vacuum cleaner at my Navy salary. Okay, what in the world was I doing? So I had a lot of noise in my head about this. And the biggest thing that I can share with you is that there's this phrase out there, born salespeople, born salesman, born sales lady. Okay, just logically, I want you to just pretend that you go to a maternity ward and you're walking through there.
Just say something straight up, bro. Tell it to me straight. You know how they say there's natural born salespeople? Well, imagine you're in a newborn in the newborn section of the hospital. Oh my God, bro. How are you going from one to another so like this, bro? Insane.
Maybe you're visiting a friend. Maybe it's, you're the dad or you're the mom. And you're looking at the babies behind that.
Mar says, is your day going any better, Marco? I ask because I can't imagine this presentation is making anyone's day better. Yeah, your guys' company definitely makes me better. And bags. But yeah, no, it's definitely going better. It all circles back to vacuum, yeah.
A window. And
was he buying vacuums from Peter? No, Peter wasn't selling for Kirby. He was selling for Electrolux. We're going to watch Peter Mingle's video about motivation right after this, too. Right after these messages.
Live from Goon headquarters.
I'm just kidding.
You're trying to figure out which one of those is going to be the next great salesman. They're all screaming. They don't know English yet. Okay, so how can it be born? All right, it's something that you learn. And when I show you here...
Such a stupid analogy to make. The babies can't be born salesmen. They're just babies. Yeah, I know. It's implied that you just have a knack for it when you grow up, Tim. People don't literally mean that the baby was born a salesperson. Wouldn't that be even more weird? A baby comes out, sell me this pen. Sell me this umbilical cord.
It should simplify everything. Okay, so when I was in the Navy, the last thing in the world, there could have been 1 billion jobs and I'd have taken them, but sales would not have been one of them. I would have never chosen that. There was just one moment in time when I wanted to earn money and I was looking for where I could earn the most money without having to go through the long route, which would have been maybe a bachelor's degree, maybe a master's degree, and then climbing the ladder, all of that. I wanted to do it a little bit quicker. And so I remember there was somebody who I heard, and he was making over $80,000 a month. He was a research chemist at NIH, but he was in a network marketing company. And I remember sitting in the audience, I know exactly where I was sitting, and I was like listening to him, and I was like, wow, that's amazing that he, with all of those credentials, decides to come into network marketing. And then I calculated in my head, what does $80,000 equal on an annual basis? And I was like, wow, $1 million a year? Why would I learn any more bombs? That's what I was doing in the bomb squad at that time, because I was defusing bombs, and we would have to get bombs and figure out how to defuse them and stuff like that. Why would I be learning that, making really low income, when if I could learn to do sales, then, man, I got to do that. Okay, so let me show you real simple what sales really is. All right, now this is, you're listening to a bomb squad guy, okay? So everything in our world is sequence, okay? First you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. You don't ever switch sequence, okay? So if you just follow along with me, you'll see something. Anytime you've been a customer, something happened just before that. What happened before that was a presentation.
I'm going to react to all the Scott Johnson and Peter stuff on Saturday, Dave.
Of some kind. You walk into the store, you see the potato chips you want to buy, you buy them. Seeing that is a presentation, okay?
Jesus Christ.
If you go to a doctor's office, the presentation was the doctor, all right?
How is he still talking slow and on 1.5 speed? Let me put him on 2 and see what happens. Let me put him on normal, actually, see how slow this is.
You go to an attorney's office, the presentation was the attorney. If you went into Gap Jeans, well, they have a store and you walked into that.
Too slow. My TikTok lizard brain attention span is shot.
Store and you saw the jeans. In other words, there had to be some kind of presentation. Now, half the time that I've ever made a sell, I followed up with them.
Do you or do you not follow me on Instagram? You. Always Marco.
So in other words, those who see the presentation can become a customer immediately, and sometimes you need to follow up with them because they have questions, they need to talk to their spouse, they're not quite ready yet, whatever it is, okay? So, never have I ever been a customer or had a customer that didn't see something first. Excuse me. Okay, just before that, there was an appointment. It might have been real quick. You might have just walked into Gap Jeans or whatever, but in a doctor's office, in an attorney's office, sometimes in restaurants, you have to set an appointment, okay? And before that, there had to be a contact with something, like the presentation, the store, or a person. And before that, they had to generate them as a lead. And sometimes that's a little bit difficult for somebody to understand, but a lead is just really simply, when you look at it and think about it, a store in a mall paid premium real estate price so they get walk-by traffic. Same with a restaurant most often. And so that's how they generate leads. Everybody in every business is going to have to do this. They may not have to set an appointment.
Panda, you understand? Good. Here's 7 more examples anyway. Yeah.
Online, you click on an ad on Facebook and it takes you straight to the presentation, they put a follow-up series on where they're retargeting you as you go across the internet, right? That's your follow-up. In other words, there's no business that I can't show you exactly how they're doing it. Okay, so now, in every business, every politician, every nonprofit, every school, every organization to expand has to do this. This is not an option, all right? These are laws, okay? It's not an opinion. This is how any customer is acquired. Okay, so when you think, and when you go through this, I wanna show you an example, okay? And I'm gonna tell you about how I feel about any kind of manipulation of this person doesn't want to buy, but I'm going to try to force him to buy. Okay? That is what Tim never does. Never.
Tim speaks in third person, though.
Okay? Because that's the icky feeling that you're going to assume is when you push too hard. Right? So, and I'll give you an example why from a very unlikely situation. Okay, so I had this vision, this dream of like the perfect girl. Right? It started in first grade in school. And that's where I kind of got this idea. And I just knew she existed, but somehow I kept messing it up, right? Choosing the wrong one, or I was the wrong one for her, or whatever. And I remember I like really fell for this one girl, and then she broke up with me, and it tore me up. All my buddies, I was in the Navy at the time, all my buddies are like, dude, man, like, you need to get a life. Like, come on, come out with us. And I'm like, no, right? It really bummed me out. All right, so then I remember this one point where it was like, I don't even know if I can try. You know when you failed so many times at something, and you're like, I don't even want.
No, I don't actually, because I haven't been trying to force the puzzle pieces into place in multi-level marketing companies where the odds are stacked against you at a rate of 99 to 1 annually.
Look at that. I don't want to do that. You know, that kind of a feeling. But it was like, I got to look at something different because I don't want to keep creating that same situation. And so then I had this like epiphany, and it was this. I knew what color hair, I knew what color eyes, I knew what color fingernail polish she would wear. I knew everything about this dream. Okay? But you know what I didn't ever put on the list? That she would want me as much as I wanted her.
This shit is so weird, bro.
That's what was missing. You see what
Do people pay for this?
I'm saying? In other words, that has to be at the top of the list. And you don't commit until you know that. All right. So that's the way that I
knew everything about her. I knew her hair color, her eye color, what her nail polish was, her address, what her parents' names were, her social insurance. I mean,
this is my wife. Okay. So when I met her, we had a friend in common, and she brought her over to my house. Okay. It was like a business kind of a thing. And so, long story very short.
Mars says, please make it stop. Thank you, Mars. Appreciate that.
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
I contacted her again, and I asked her to go out to dinner.
And I contacted her again, and I asked her,
Do you like me?
I was the presentation, and she was the presentation. Okay? And so it went well. I followed up. I contacted her again. I set an appointment, movie and dinner. I followed up, and I just kept going back and forth for 3 years. All right, until
pussy. 3 years. Simp sales over here, am I right? Tim Sales? No, this is Simp Tales right here, bro. This is Simp Tales. God damn. Oh, Mars dropping the same one again. We love to see that.
Absolutely knew that she wanted it as much as I did. And if there's one very unprofessional thing that I see in the network marketing space, and that is...
You need to stalk people for 3 years to make the sale. Is that the point he's making?
That they don't have that epiphany that I had, which is, no. If I generate a lead and the person doesn't answer my call, done. If you're going to lose fast, right? Like, over. I'm good with that. Because I didn't want to create additional failures. You see what I'm saying? In other words, it all goes back to they weren't Laura. All right. So I set an appointment and the person doesn't show up for the presentation. Awesome. I now know where that is. And so that lead gets moved over into that column over here called not interested.
It's almost done, Mars. We can do this. Stay strong for me. We got this.
Just like that. Okay? If they see the presentation and they say they'll think about it, I follow up. If they see the presentation and they say no.
I wonder what that was like, 3 years chasing the same bitch. Please, I showed you my cock on Snapchat. Respond.
No, thank you. Or they don't even respond back if it's a video or something like that. Okay, good. I'm going to follow up just in case they didn't watch it or something like that. I'll follow up. And after 7 times, I don't do any more. Okay? So in other words, if I communicate with them and they don't reply, okay, maybe they're on vacation or something, so I'll do that. But then it moves over into the not interested. Okay? So that's kind of like the...
Tanner, Follow me on Instagram. Appreciate you, Tanner. And the customized ride followed me on Instagram. That's one of y'all. Whoever follows me on Instagram, you win.
Big thing that allows me to be very professional, because my job is not to convince every lead. My job is to, like this right here is a card. I don't know if you can kind of see this, but I've got an electronic board, and I just move that lead to contact, that contact to appointment, that appointment to presentation, or to contact to not interested. So I just move leads across the pipeline in a very professional way, and I'm looking for the person who wants it as much as I do. Because if I sponsor somebody who doesn't want it, then I'm going to have to tug and drag them. And I don't want that kind of business partner.
You want me to refund one of those bags, Mars? I have the power to. I'll do it. I'll refund the one mistake one. No problem.
And that's what I'm looking for, is a business partner. I'm going to explain this to them when we do the presentation. I'm going to explain this to them, and I'm going to say, you know what this
7 times is insane.
is, okay? Like when over here in network, excuse me, over here in the what is network marketing, where it is you acquire customers. So I'm not going to tell them it's not sales. There's no business in the world that doesn't require sales, okay? So unless you want to be, you know, an assistant or a secretary, or you want to build something, but in the sales division, this is what we do, is the pipeline. Okay, so quantity matters. I know these arrows are pointing this way. It was because I was describing this concept of I've never, ever gotten a customer that I didn't do this first, and then this, and then this. But the leads move this way across the pipeline. So quantity matters most. Quality will increase your conversions between here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here, and here. All right, so it's the quality that you do that increases conversion. But you cannot get quality at it unless you do a high enough quantity. All right, that's really the secret. So, and then last, it's there are no born salespeople. All right, there aren't. Don't believe that. You're looking instead for somebody who is going to want it as much as you, and you're only looking for that. What do you think? Comment down below and let me know.
Well, if they want it as much as you, why do you have to chase her for 3 fucking years?
You're watching this video.
Fuck. I also have another really good video that I want to watch, maybe on a different stream. It's Ray Higdon debunking or exposing the truth about the John Oliver multi-level marketing video, which, by the way, Robert Fitzpatrick consulted on and helped create that video. And it's, I think, the biggest, most viewed piece of multi-level marketing related content ever. 26 million, I think, views on YouTube. And Ray Higdon has a video with 1,800 views called The Truth Exposed, reacting to the John Oliver. And as a matter of fact, the title of his video is the exact same as the title of the John Oliver video, so that when people find it, they stumble across his video, which is probably where all of his views for this video came from, if I had to guess. Yeah, insane. Insane. And what else? I have another one too that is
to pass the exam. 50,000 of them.
That is the guy that Jodi Arias murdered, her boyfriend Travis, who she murdered. People, you know, none of the stories or news outlets or documentaries that cover that Jodi Arias story talk about how he was her upline in prepaid legal, and how there was probably some semblance of, you know, a power dynamic being manipulated there, or some sort of just some sort of manipulation, I'm guessing, because that's just how it goes in MLM. Financial, mental, sexual manipulation that goes on. And yeah, real madness. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. There are no born salespeople. He's using a romantic relationship to describe sales? Yeah. So what was network marketing? That's a great question. Yeah, I forgot the point of that video, what it even was. It was to explain what network marketing was, right? That never happened. So, okay, made it up. All good. We love when you make it up, Tim. Simp Tales with Tim Sales. 7th time's the charm, right? Insanity. All right. As much charisma as a doorknob. I wonder if Tim Sales is his birth name. I'm sure one of y'all knows more than me. You guys be creeping harder than I do. There are no born salespeople. Imagine pushing out a baby who's wearing a suit and blurts out, $0 down with no APR for 6 months. So fucking funny. Thumbs up to Ting, by the way. Y'all are going light on that. What up, Jerry? What up, Johnny? I sent you down a true crime rabbit hole with the Jody case, yeah. Mini inch manipulation. Oh, did I add that to the stream deck, by the way?
Winky. Your little mini inch winky.
Yeah, there you go. The point was to confuse more people. Simp Tales with Tim Sales. Tim Sales, the simp and tool scam king. So, Tim, if you're watching this, I do not respect what you do. Not good. Not good. And I feel like I need to wash this down with a little bit more of this. With a little bit more of this guy. If you don't mind. Oh shit, where'd it go? Move this back up here. Love. Y'all don't like love, bro? Keep scrolling if you hate Jesus. If you love Satan, keep scrolling. But if you love Jesus, click the like and share button. Who's brave enough to share a picture of Jesus to their Facebook wall? Let's see. Okay, hold on. I gotta find the one that I saw before. Yay. Crashing. Yay. Technical. For no reason. Yay. Technical difficulties and lag. Yes, all I did was open one freaking TikTok tab and it destroyed it. Yay. You know? Sorry about that, guys. It's going to do it again. Yeah! Jason, I hope it doesn't do it again, but... Okay. Looks okay. Oh my God, he has so many. He has so many. How is this even possible? How many he has? Bro, look at this. Oh yeah, there he is. Look at this. Oh, he does Cat Williams impressions and Trump? That's amazing. Wow, bro. I'm gonna be here all fucking day. This is insane. I gotta see his Cat Williams. A white guy doing Cat Williams. No way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with a motherfucking cat, and I actually...
Oh my goodness, you guys.
I happen to be allergic. I'm motherfucking true.
How, honestly, I just gotta applaud it and respect it for being bold enough as a white guy to do a Cat Williams impression out in public with the wig too. This guy does not give a fuck. Respect. Wow, bro. Imagine buying a cameo from this guy as Cat Williams. That's so fucking funny. Dude, there was another really good... Okay, here. This is the Trump, Blacks for Trump. Here we go. Okay, Trump indictment. Let's see.
Rolling on the ecstasy.
Mr. Trump, what was for breakfast this morning? What was for breakfast?
What was for breakfast? I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin from McDonald's, and frankly, it was delicious. And really, it was tremendous. Look at these cameras. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
When you're in jail, what are you going to miss the most?
When I'm in, first off, when I'm in jail, nobody does jail, okay? Like I do jail, all right? It's gonna be tremendous. I'm gonna get tatted up. I'm gonna be stealing everyone's cornbread. If you look at the cornbread, it's unreal, okay? They're all gonna be giving it to me. I'm gonna have multiple bitches. They call it bitches, right? They're people who sort of do your bidding, and we're gonna have lots of bitches in there. And really, I'm gonna win big. I win big on the outside. I'm gonna win big on the inside. I'm gonna win.
Imagine the pressure of all those people around you and doing it.
Please tell us what you've done for the African Americans.
Well, if you look at the unemployment, right? Before me, there was no jobs in the African American community, and then after Biden, the jobs are all gone. If you look at, there was so much basketball, so much hip hop. Now there's no more under Sleepy Joe, and you know this, Sister Ugly. You know it better than anyone, really. There's no more basketball. There's no more hip hop. It's such a disgrace. Look at what happened.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you've done this.
Folks, they just arrested me, but now we're all doing the Trump dance.
Look at the dance.
This guy did my fingerprints. It was so fast. That was.
Oh my God. No. Kids for Trump. Oh no. Just running up into a crowd of blacks for Trump, like with their picket signs, and just stealing it. Stealing the spotlight. It's incredible. Oh no, not on the subway.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Franklin. It's showtime. What time is it?
It's showtime.
We call it showtime, right? DJ, play the music. Do we love this song? We call it WAP, right? Cardi B, we call it WAP.
No. Oh, that's so
She
stupid.
made billions and billions of dollars dancing on the train. Nobody dances on the train like we dance on the train. This guy knows. Show the face. They won't show this guy, but the fake
They
news.
won't show. Yeah. The fake news, they won't show this crowd, frankly. Biggest. It's one of the biggest, actually, crowds. And it was a great crowd. Wow. Wow. The scary thing is, I could be watching this all day. And by the time I came out of it, I would have, bar none, the greatest Trump impression in human history. So true. Wow. Panda, I agree. Panda says he goes to New York City with the accent, but his mannerisms are great. Totally. Yeah, I love how the media was so into it when they were filming him. They're like it was really Trump. He's got balls going up to the NYPD like that. They don't play. Not at all. We're going to have so many bitches. They call it bitches. Wow. Tim Sill's cyber attack squadron currently triangulating Marco's location and sending an EMP. For real, though. Marco, what's something you don't really need more than one of, but can't stop buying? Instagram followers, frankly. So many fake followers I purchased. Fake subscribers, Peter and Scott, they know. They know the truth. I buy lots and lots of them. Billions and billions of fake subscribers because my channel is dying. Yeah. But what's something I keep buying? Honestly, I'm pretty good. I don't buy anything I don't need. I bought some more socks recently. 2 new shirts for the gym because the other one's getting too tight. Oh, shit. He's getting ripped. Yep. That's it. What's this? What is this? 182 viewers, but only 154 likes? Wake up. Not the cornbread. Let's see. That's true. You can either have a homeless guy shitting and stabbing people or this guy doing a Trump impression on the NYC subway. So true. My day's going better now. Why not review now that I got y'all? Should we check out? Let's see if there's a short Richard Sletcher video. Because he's been going MLM for CEOs. Man, now my biggest challenge is not spoiling the Flash movie for myself. Because there are so many now clips being released online. I think, I don't know what's going on. We got to figure out, you got to look at what's going on with Hollywood. Woke Hollywood. Yeah, apparently Little Mermaid is flopping. Indiana Jones 5 is supposedly set to flop. And I thought The Flash was going to be successful, but apparently that's also in danger. Dude, does Richard Sletcher not have a video that's like less than 20 minutes? 14 minutes. Where is it? Where is that? Where are you? Where are you? I'm so sorry. Don't even let me start, because I will sing. 13 minutes, 50 minutes, 20 minutes, 8 minutes. Bootstrapping your MLM direct selling business. There's a whole series on this one. Incentives, the system, network recognition, the product, the backstory. I like how this is the whole course. The most important thing is the backstory. That's step 1. Then the product, then the comp plan. Let's watch multi-level marketing. Actually, this sounds so boring. Setting up payment gateways. So boring! So fucking boring. Okay, what else? Let's go to most viewed. Those are always the ones that eat up. Here we go. The 2-up plan. Pricing your product. Boring. The board plan. Actually, I do kind of want to see that. Let's watch the board plan.
Hi, folks, and thank you for joining me.
No glasses on this one. Okay.
Again, this is the next chapter in our series on compensation plan and compensation structures. Please, before we get started, just remember to subscribe, ring that bell, comment like crazy on the compensation plan today. It's going to be controversial in terms of my opinions of it, so if you guys feel that I'm doing it. So today we're going to be talking about the board compensation plan, and from my perspective, I find very few redeeming qualities with this plan. I don't like it. I don't recommend it to my clients. We have many clients coming to us asking us if we can implement it, and the system is capable of doing it, but for the most part, I either talk them out of it or I walk away from the projects completely. And I'll
yeah, my brain. I have a smooth brain after watching those Tim Sales videos too. No way. Movies nobody wanted in the first place are flopping. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta. Not this bulker again. Yeah, we gotta watch the Peter Mingles video. This was actually amazing, frankly. Peter Mingles, fuck this Richard Sletcher video. Peter Mingles motivation. Peter Mingles has a motivational video where he's out looking out with the sun set behind him. How do I even get this? Instagram. Gotta go to my Instagram DM and pull it up because it was sent to me. Yeah, we're not gonna watch Richard. Sorry, Richard, but also not sorry, frankly. Let's see. Images won't load, but this link will load. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Peter Mingles here. Look at this. Look how bad this is shot. Look at this. Look at that. So, Peter Mingles' YouTube video. Listen to how different he sounds. Peter, if you have a camera, why are you not using the camera for Losing Fortunes Radio? Why, it's better than what you have.
Hi, everyone. Peter Mingles here.
Doesn't even sound like the same guy. Does that sound like the guy who goes,
Marco, Winky, you're a little mini inch Winky. Fuck yeah, you stupid fucking asshole.
Doesn't even sound like him.
Hi, everyone. Peter Mingles here. Jim Lupkin asked me to do a video, and I don't know how to do these things, so I figured let me grab my camera.
Jane Blumpkin.
Camera and get it done. So we are here in Palm Coast, Florida, by the way. We're going to talk about self-confidence. And this is a picture of my backyard. I've been living here since 1996. And
everything comes with a backstory. I just realized.
Light up that thumb.
Thank you, not Panda. Pretty sure that's Johnny Azul. Thank you. Yeah, thumbs up the ting, y'all. Thumbs it up. He always has to emphasize a weird word. We're in my backyard. Or what was the word he emphasized? And then, of course, the backstory. We're in my backyard. I've been living here since 1996. We started this. Insane.
So we are here.
Thank you, Johnny, as well.
In Palm Coast, Florida, by the way.
Palm Coast, Florida. Yeah, you can see how we are here in Palm Coast, Florida. Watch again.
Let me grab my camera and get it done. So we are here in Palm Coast, Florida, by the way. We're going to talk about self-confidence. And this is a picture of my backyard. I've been living here since 1996.
Get out of me, swamp.
And just somebody watch for an alligator. Anyway, so having said that,
yeah, he doesn't understand that the light source should be coming this way instead of behind you, so that you're in the shadow. But who knows? If he turned around, maybe we'd see the state of disrepair of his house.
We're going to talk about self-confidence. Self-confidence. There's a formula for that. Is equals experience plus knowledge. I'll share with you a short story about my first experience with learning this formula.
Here in my garage. His hair. Yeah, chill on him. Chill on my boy.
I was a branch manager.
Nakama says he got the ball sack fade. Peter went into the barbershop and they were like, "What do you want, boss?" He's like, "So you ever seen a ball sack They're like, say no more. Fuck.
For a company called Electrolux, which sold vacuum cleaners.
Electrolux, one time for Electrolux.
Back in the 1980s. And there was a position for an opportunity for advancement where they were going to consolidate many branches, 5 of them, into one branch. And that was going to be called a super branch. And I was a little bit not confident whether, even if I got the position, if I would do well. So I asked my division manager at the time, his name is Hank Abrami, Hank, what's going to happen and can I do this and things like that. He says, well, you're not very confident and maybe there's a reason why. And I said, well, show me. And he was a good guy. He says, well, there's a formula, and I read it to you before. Self-confidence equals experience plus knowledge. And he said to me, well, how much knowledge do you have being a super branch manager?
Super branch? They don't even realize how ridiculous this shit sounds, bro.
And I said, none. And then he said, well, how much experience do you have being a super branch manager? And I'd say, none. So he said, well, how confident do you think you should be? And I say, probably not very, because I have no confidence, so I have no experience, I have no knowledge. So he says, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, if I get the position, I guess I need to work on my experience level and work on my knowledge as well.
This is the guy that wants Marco alone in a room. Wouldn't end well for Peter. For real, though.
Now, what does that mean for you? If you're involved in a home-based business, ask yourself this question, how much knowledge do you have about this industry? And how much experience do you have? And if you're a little bit underconfident, maybe there's a reason why. Otherwise, you might be falsely confident. So work on your experience, work on your knowledge, and then you'll do fine. And by the way, I think we're still here. No alligators just yet. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Insane. Insanity. I don't want to go too much into the Scott Johnson, Peter Mingles. Actually, not even Peter Mingles, just the Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson went on, I don't know if it was a Building Fortunes radio episode, maybe one of y'all can tell me, but Glenn has a channel called MLM is Fraud and has been making these clips documenting the beef. So aside from my own channel's live streams, you can watch clips about the beef on Glenn's channel. And this is, 114 views. This one, the fact that there are people that are actually like tuning in for this, you guys kill me. Scott Johnson responds, Amway. Marco reveals Scott Johnson. And then Scott Johnson attacks Always Marco over face reveal. Always Marco is a nutcase. Let's see.
So I'm doing well. So what did you make of
No. I gotta wait till Saturday. I gotta keep it all together. I gotta make it make sense. So Tim Sales, those videos sucked.
Obama.
That you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
What up, Daisy? Alligators can gallop. Gallop gators, am I right? This is the man who was a world-class football star in high school, yeah. Falsely. The dead eyes, except one is looking in the other direction. Love that. That is the most basic advice ever. Peter should shape his hair into a pyramid. Goodness. Oh, he's reading a script that makes more sense. I want to add super to my job title now. Yeah, just become a super cashier, a super receptionist, a super, whatever it is. Oh, man. You guys are so funny with your comments. Love this video, gave me zero info. All right, fine, I'll watch the Scott Johnson video. Nah, do y'all want me to? Now we have a view of Peter's backyard. Watch the goons find his address. Yeah, GeoGuessr. Yeah. how mad will Scott be when he realizes Peter is selling a tool scam? It took him years to figure out that Amway tool scam. His rage will be classic. I think he's too deep. He's too in denial. Peter's not taking quite enough money from him, I don't think. Goons for Glenn. Suck in excess. Goons for Glenn. Goons for Glenn. Yeah. Yeah. Saturday will be a good stream. Third kid in the neighborhood to lose their virginity, Marco. That is something you would say. Peter should nair his hair since the razor. It's your ball sack. Oh my God. No, Mars. Make it to Saturday's stream. Just make it. Just make it. I'm a super hoe. Wow. All right, let's... Okay, it's not long. It's like 6 minutes, these two videos. Let's watch this one.
He does feel that he... Okay, so you may not agree with his tactics and you may think he's got a few things wrong, but you must admit, though, that his heart is in the right place. He does feel that he's doing the right thing to make a difference, to really try and disrupt and expose these MLM companies who, quite frankly, are doing some evil things. Do you agree with that?
He hated that question.
Well, I don't think his heart is in the right place. I think it's the only thing that he was able to make any money at over the past 2 or 3 years. And everything else has been a complete failure. And so he went back to it. Now, I think the primary reason he stopped doing it is when he was sued by I Am Academy. But everything else he tried was a total failure. And so in desperation, he's gone back to it. And so far, I haven't seen too many results from him coming back to it. You know, time will tell. But for right now, you know, he's getting a couple views for each of his live shows. And he's holding back on his main video on the next MLM that he's been talking about because they threatened to sue him.
Okay.
Mikey yesterday.
Great. All right, Mars, you can have Saturday off, but you have to watch the replay on Sunday. Marco does a job that makes him money. How stupid.
So I'm here with Scott Johnson. Me and Scott are going to talk about what happened yesterday on the Always Marco show where Marco revealed Scott's face. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Glenn. How you doing? It's actually afternoon here and morning in Australia, right?
Spot on. So I'm doing well. So what did
the fact that almost made him giggle. He's like, I learned something.
Make of yesterday's show?
Well, as usual, I thought it was just a big nothing burger. You know, Marco thinks that he's the first to do whatever.
Imagine watching hours of content every week that you don't like you're self-inflicting it, subjecting yourself to hours and hours of my streams every week, and you don't like them. Insanity.
The issue is I've been doxxed in the past at least twice.
Nope. Peter, nobody doxed you. Sorry, Scott. Nobody doxed you. We showed what your face looks like. That is less of a dox than you using your real name, Scott Johnson, which you do. That's not a dox, okay?
Thought it was just a big nothing burger.
And for all the shit you've done to people on the internet as a keyboard warrior without ever showing your face, women who are like young enough to be your daughter or your granddaughter, calling them cunts and bitches and whatever, and just being an absolute troll, like career troll. Come on, bro. Grow the fuck up.
You know, Marco thinks that he's the first to do whatever. The issue is I've been doxxed in the past at least twice. It could be more than twice because, you know, I don't pay that much attention. I'm not concerned about this kind of thing happening. So to me, it was just a big nothing. I know Marco thought it was great, but I think what he's gonna find out is this is just like the necklace that he bought.
What? Where are you going with this?
He bought a big gold chain when he was a cocaine dealer, and he was really excited about it until he got into the car and shut the door, and then it was a big nothing. And he said that on his own videos before.
How is this like that? what he's referring to is a story I've told on the stream before in like probably 2 years ago. I'm amazed he even remembers this. But again, he doesn't pay too close attention, but he watches everything and remembers everything. Yeah, I told the story of how when I was like 21, I had a little bit of money saved up and I spent too much money on this gold chain. And it was my crash course in learning to not waste money on expensive shit because it lost its excitement. You know, I lost my excitement for it basically immediately. It meant nothing. But how this is like that, who knows?
So I think it's going to be the same thing. You know, okay, he showed an image.
He got doxxed by the FTC, LOL.
And now that's pretty much it. So again, it's just a nothing burger.
What do you mean by you being doxxed before?
People have found my information, you know, with social media. There's all kinds of way you can track down information. So it's happened before, at least twice. And I don't know, you know, the mechanism that the first person used, and I don't know if the second person was referring to the first one and just used the same information, or if they, you know, did the same process.
Is this another anti-MLM YouTuber you're talking about?
Well, not so much YouTuber. This has been a few years ago. This is when it was just blogs. So it wasn't a YouTuber with the anti-MLM movement and so forth.
Okay, so did Marco, has he got the right information or has he got it wrong? Are they the right photos and is it the right information?
Oh yeah, it's the right information.
Okay. So how do you feel? Are you upset that is now out there in the public, or are you unconcerned?
I'm totally unconcerned. Again, it's a big nothing burger. What it really did was it exposed Narcos, and by the way, he goes by always Marco on YouTube, but the name that we have come up with him because of his behavior, right? I'm not name calling here. It's his behavior is always stupid Narco, Mooch a goon, the shyster.
Again, I gotta hear that again.
Narco, Mooch a goon, the shyster.
There's more now. Okay. Always Narco, Mooch the goon, Mooch a goon, the shyster. Wow.
And I can explain each one of those terms if you'd like. But that's the common name that we use for Marco is Narco. Because he did used to sell cocaine. There's a 3.5-hour video on YouTube where he goes into a lot of detail about his cocaine dealing days, which I don't think are over.
I haven't seen that.
They're not over. My cocaine dealing days apparently are not over, and yet this was the only thing that was making me money. So which is it? Like, he'll go from in one sentence saying I'm this like wealthy cocaine czar making money off loads of people, and then the next sentence he'll say like I'm broke and my channel's going down and I'm going to be living in a box.
I haven't seen any evidence of that. Can you send that to me?
I can send the link to you. Yes, it's a private link, so as long as you're willing not to share it with anybody else, I'd be happy to send it to you.
So you want me to see it but not to share it with anyone else? Am I allowed to commentate on it?
Yeah, you can commentate on it all you want. Just don't share the link. You can actually play it if you want. If you want to play the whole video, if you want to copy it, make your own copy and put it on YouTube, or if you want to copy the audio and, you know, put it on one of your channels, that's fine with me. I think the more people that know about his cocaine dealing and the fact.
Oh, it's over. Oh, is it over?
Regret
there.
Or shame or anything for ruining people's lives. You know, people that take drugs, that are addicts, they do a lot of damage to themselves and to others. You know, they let down their family, they steal things. You know, some of them might even die because of an overdose. and you know, Narco has no concern about that. He's just laughed it off completely, which really just shows the bigger picture. You know, I'm trying to expose what's wrong with MLM scams, and the anti-MLMers are just way off base. But all they want to do is this sort of personal attack stuff, which really doesn't bother me at all.
What do you mean personal attack stuff? You're the one who makes personal attacks, bro.
But it just shows you how serious they are.
But right now, though, you're personally attacking him about being a cocaine dealer.
There you go.
I mean,
I'm not attacking him at all. I'm just saying he made a video about being a cocaine dealer. I'm not attacking. I'm just stating the facts.
All right, so this is the way I say it. you have an opportunity to have a debate with Marco where we can have
Here
2
we
minutes
go.
on, 2 minutes
Back
off.
to the
I'll
debate.
moderate it. You're never going to have a better opportunity to have Marco exposed. If you've got information and evidence that exposes
Yeah,
him,
let's go.
Give you 2 minutes to talk to him, and he's going to have 2 minutes to respond. So if your argument is...
No, that's where it ends, unfortunately. I got to show you guys these fire pictures of Peter Mingles here. Yeah, Scott acts like he has issues with the paparazzi. When the internet was just blogs. Who was it? The FBI? Yeah. I wonder if Scott has a blackmail kink the cult could capitalize. He sounds unrecognizable with the better quality. Fuck. Ah, man. Scott has a notebook full of my stories for sure. Always Narco the Goon Shyster Mucha Bear. Baffling how unfunny they are. Yeah. Six years later, I can come back after the new name has been explained. Yeah. Glenn does an amazing job pretending like he thinks Scott is not a creep. Well, in Glenn's own story, he's been dealing with his own dad, who's been, in the Amway cult for like 20 years. Oh, Daisy, you think it's only psychotic at this point? Bro, it's been a psychotic level of obsession with them. Ah, man. I need to drive to Edmonton to do my pickup. Yeah, Streamlabs link in the chat if you guys want to make your purchases from Always Narco Industries, for sure. Wow. Marco's contributing to the overdose problem. Yeah, there you go. You got me. Let's see. All right, let's see. I got to show you these pictures of Peter. They're fire. Glenn for super regional manager. All right, let's show you these. Wait 6 months when they said, was it 6 months ago when they said it's not worth talking about Marco anymore, or longer? Well, it was only like last week when they said they're doing the nail in the coffin stream. Where was that at? Here, let me switch this up. Here, check this out. Some fire, hot fire. New photos of Ming. Damn, Ming. Look at this one with the crazy sandals on, bro. That's that one right there.
Fuck yeah.
How about this one? This is honestly, to the person who sent me this one, are you able to get me an even higher quality image of this? Because this is the one I will be using for thumbnails in the future. The other one that I use for Peter is way too old and way too flattering. This is what I need. And unfortunately, all the photos that we have of Scott Johnson are him when he's literally at his best, which is a bit of a shame. But, hey, it's okay. That's okay. He said that a month ago. He was done talking about me. Yeah. Glenn knows how to use the mute button, and you can't hear him smiling through the audio quality. True. Goon knows candy available here. Ming so hot. Straight flexing. Yeah, Glenn is great. The nail in the coffin stream was the same thing they've been saying for the past 2 years. Marco, he looks so old now. You're aging him with how much he thinks and talks about you. Looks like a screenshot from To Catch a Predator. His little breasts are poking out. Yeah, that's what they said about me anytime I'm wearing a shirt. His little breasts are poking out. You guys kill me, bro. Follow me on Instagram. Man, I appreciate y'all. Look at that. Look at that haircut, bro. I don't even want to cover it up with the hat. That was yesterday. You know, he looks like the thumb from Spy Kids. Yep. You know, I was having a really bad day, y'all. And it still probably is overall, I would consider it a bad day. But this was definitely a bright spot in my day. And I appreciate y'all. It's always good. It's always a good vibe. Get some little ego boost. Get some thumbs ups on the ting. Some compliments in the chat. Maybe some people follow me on Instagram. Maybe some people DM me on Instagram. You never know. Maybe some bags coming through.
I got to get the bag.
You know, so it's always a good time. And yeah, that's it for me. So I'll be back on, you know, I really want to kill off the Friday streams and just stream Wednesday and Saturday so that Friday I can go hang out with my nieces. But, you know, we got to get them bags. We got to get them bags. So if somebody has, you know, check the couch cushions. Do you have 10K laying around? If so, holla at me. You know? What's the background I haven't used in a minute? Oh, man, I can't believe I haven't been using this one more. The NPC one. Hello? Need something? That's a good one. And I have this one, too. The spaceship. I never used the spaceship one. You know, but we got good ones. All right, y'all. Amazing says, I think about the first time I tuned into a Losing Fortunes versus Marco live stream when Peter was playing the call-in phone messages where the people had opinions about you at some event. That was insane, where he played like the text-to-speech things. Absolutely madness. What up, Pat? You? Sorry, I'm not going to be on much longer. Sponsor a goon afflicted with addiction from Marco's prolific illicit substance distribution here. Streamlabs. Yeah, thank you. All right. If you're making up a story for your nieces, do you name the villains Peter and Scott? I should. That's a good idea. Yeah. Congrats on the membership, Pat. You. What else? You guys hooked on the stupid drama. Thank you. You guys, I will be. Oh, y'all thumbs up the thing pretty nicely. Almost 200 likes. Love to see that. I will be. The big one is coming. The big video, it's on the way. And what else? Keep those Friday streams going. Appreciate you, bro. You should design the room Peter wants to meet you in and make it a background. That'd be good, too. Hello, would you like to see my mighty beans? Love it. Appreciate y'all. Okay, this was good. This was good fun. Good, right on time. Good show, sir. Appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Discord. Join the Discord. I put the link in the chat. Whoa, wrong button. Well, I put the merch link. You can use that too to get this cool anti-pyramid shirt or this cool anti-pyramid phone case that I have right here, which mine is an iPhone 10, but you could get it for, you know, the newest, whatever, if you have that, if you're rich.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
And here's the Discord link. All right. Appreciate y'all. Discord again. Peace out, y'all.
Marco! Fuck yeah, you stupid fucking asshole!